Hello, everybody. How's everybody doing? We're back on a Wednesday at
Right
exactly
on
6 p.m.
time.
sharp.
Just as we said we were going to be.
Just as we said. That thing that we did.
Joke's on you, we didn't give you a time this time, so we can do whatever we want.
They'll never know.
I think they know now. Yeah, we got chatters number 1, 2, and 3 all in the chat. It's crazy. All of our top 3 fans are here.
No way. Are you kidding me? Did they pay real money for those? If they did, we didn't get any of it.
No, they just have to be active in the chat.
Hey, when are we turning on monetization anyways? Surely our 4 viewers would make us some pretty good bank, right? We could split it like 50-50.
No, I don't think monetization can happen. Yeah, I think...
Or maybe 40-40, and then we give like Leezy and Goater 10% each.
Yeah, you should probably forget about monetization. I don't think it's going to happen. It's fine.
So does that mean you're embezzling all of our stream funds?
Yeah, all the stream funds. I actually don't even I don't even know if this channel like meets the requirements to get monetized, because like I know on Twitch you like have to have a certain like amount of like subscribers and viewers and stuff, but
you can do that on Discord too.
For the channel,
it's actually just a straight up yeah, like you can have a server with monetization. Hold up. I see the option when I go into like server settings.
They've added so many things like that, but I think that monetization, I thought it was for like advertising or like sponsoring stuff.
No, you can have things that people can literally just like pay boosts for on your server. I don't know if they pay in boosts or if they pay with real money or what, but
that's like the server
you
tags,
can like
though.
Yeah, it kind of like the tags, but like the money goes to you.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah. So
start monetizing.
that's definitely not happening. I'm just putting that in. It's not happening.
Gentlemen, get your wallets out.
We're not increasing our monthly subscription fee.
Yeah. Speaking of which, we have a lot of people that are overdue on their
overdue
fees. Like most of the
you know what else is overdue?
Starting this stream.
Yeah, I think this week 7 replay review stream is also a little overdue. We could get started right now. We've got 4 replays once again to go over from week 7.
I forgot to adjust the talking heads because last time we had 3.
Oh, we had Stormtide in last time. That's right.
So I'm going to studio mode to fix the other screen.
And we've also got an announcement at the end of the stream. I'll be posting it on the server anyways, so I don't know. You can be the first one to fill out a certain form that may or may not be related to an off season at the end of the stream if you stick around, or we'll be posting it on the Discord tonight at some point. But you won't be the first one, and that would suck.
Yeah, that'd be really bad.
That would be really so awful bad. So, speaking of so awful bad, I see a Claude Sire on my screen.
Yeah, and actually, so I noticed that some of these replays, when they have the custom rule, it shows the Terra previews without having to like press play, which is nice.
Well, I think... Wait, really?
Yeah.
I think that must just be like a new thing then.
Well, I don't
because
think
all of them say custom rule.
I mean, not to spoil, but you can spoil yourself by looking at the replays. But like this one doesn't.
Yeah, this one has the custom rule, but it just doesn't show the Terra type.
So that was July 10th. This was July 13th, and some of the other ones have it. I wonder if this is also July 13th, July 10th. It must have literally been like July 11th or 12th.
Yeah,
it went live because both of the replays from July 10th don't have it, and the 2 that were from after that have it. That's actually really interesting. Well, I just thought it was a
weekend gamers you also see, like,
the URL, like whenever it's like the private lobby is longer too. So I thought that maybe like that was the consistency, is that it's like, oh, if it's a private lobby, it shows it. But I actually think it's the date. I think it actually must have been an update. Interesting.
Yeah.
Okay.
Weird.
Well, now you know what replays we're looking at. You also probably could have figured it
Oh
out by scrolling through the
no.
highlight channel. But
That's
yeah,
okay.
so this one,
So
surprisingly, 2 people that we haven't reviewed yet this season.
yeah, crazy. And I
actually, the
I
whole stream,
believe,
there's only 1 repeat.
is this Impulse's first battle or his second?
So did he filled in for somebody, right?
Yes. Wait, who
Okay, 'cause
dropped?
I was gonna say, I
Oh,
was like,
Fennec Master dropped.
okay, that's right. I was gonna say, like, I was pretty sure that Impulse was not here the whole season, but then we
Yeah.
were like casually talking about him last week, and I was like, and I was just kind of like nodding along, like, oh yeah, Impulse is, yeah, okay. And
Yeah,
then, like,
yeah,
in my
yeah.
head, I'm like, wait, Impulse is in this season? I was so confused. But now, yeah.
So this was actually Impulse's second battle.
Yeah, because
I
I think when
forgot.
we looked at the docs briefly last week, he was already on it, which I guess could have meant that he was just added for week 7, but.
True. But he was added for week 6. But this
Yep.
is a week 7 battle. And we've got the Siderius
With a very
going into this battle.
wild team.
Yeah. Hold on, let me refresh
like a-
myself on.
I guess
The
it's not as
results
low tier as I thought it was. Just glancing at it, it's not low tier. It's just a very mid tier team with and then just Tornadus on top basically.
Yeah, well, I mean, like Slowbro, I think it's Terra Garganackle, Clodsire, Torn.
Terra,
like
I think
it's
we
just a
banned
very.
Terragorg actually. I guess
Nope.
not. Yeah,
I think we
so-
had this conversation before.
maybe, but not with Sid's team because we haven't reviewed Sid yet this season. So
Okay.
so
well,
that
there you
would
go.
be impossible. We might have talked about it with a different team now.
Yeah. Well, going into this battle, Impulse did take over for a losing roster, but technically he's still in the playoff running if he wins his week 7 battle. And Siderius is, let me double check here. He would have been 4-2 going into this battle, trying to secure himself a spot. So a win for Siderius, I believe, locks him in and locks Impulse out. So Impulse is playing for his playoff life here. With a team that he hasn't had very much experience with. Now, I don't know how much Impulse really wants to be in playoffs. I think he
Yeah.
kind of just took it over just like for funsies, but
To have a match for the people who still have to play it.
yep. Anyways, we
Alright.
see, what are the Terra types here? We see Terra, Steel,
know.
Cresselia,
I'm
and
guessing it's
Electric
a
Gligar.
Terra. Yeah, Terra Gligar. And then Water Garg.
Water Garg, and maybe Marowak
gargling water.
is Terra as well.
Maybe. Yeah, actually, I think it is, because I think we
It
talked
is.
about Terra Captain. And really, Fire just makes sense. Like, you just want to make him even
Yeah, it
stronger.
just balance. Yep. And then it makes it not weak to Darkrai here as well.
Yeah, that's huge.
Yeah, makes sense to me. So that's what we got. If I were to guess, I feel like Jirachi's probably pretty safe into everything, but
Yeah.
like
Maybe even Gligar
Weavile?
just setting up. But yeah, Weavile would be tough for Gligar.
But even Weavile, like Weavile still has to be careful around Jirachi into a Colbur Jirachi with Drain Punch, or even just Flash Cannon to OHKO it back.
Or Scarf
Like,
Jirachi,
even if it's
too.
banded.
Scarf Jirachi just
Yeah,
got the
true.
U-turn.
Yep.
Yeah, I think Weavile's a
U-turn
risky
probably
lead.
doesn't kill, but-
Doesn't kill, but it's still not an attack that you want to take, right? And then Impulse has like free reign to bring in whoever it wants. I would think that the safest option for Sid, if you wanted to have the Weavile out to kind of like start the game, is just pivot into it with Horn. But I think realistically,
Yeah.
there's a lot of mons here that Sid can lead with just to start the hazard game a little bit, or do a slow pivot with Slowbro. But I think that maybe you're preserving the Slowbro to like keep that Trick Room possibility open and not.
Yeah, Trick Room
Lead the game with
the
that?
Marowak here is really
Yeah.
nice.
I
I mean,
so I think like a
resistance
Cloud
gouging
lead.
fire.
I think a Cloud lead
Cloud
is
lead?
fine. Just to like,
I'd
if you want to get
probably
some hazards
say
going, but
Garg.
then
I feel like Garg is alright, because then even if
Garg
it's like
also
Lag,
good, yeah.
you can just like Terra, not worry about poison, just trade rocks and you're chilling.
yeah.
As opposed to Claude just kind of loses to the EQs. Slowbro's probably fine here as well.
You know what's interesting about this Terra Water Guard actually? Yeah, like after looking at it. So he's still a fire resist for gouging fire, but he's also still neutral to dragon. He's no longer weak to fighting, but he's still weak to grass on the Lilligant, Really, I think it looks like what it's helping with in this case would just be like the earthquake coverage. I don't know if Gouging Fire gets good enough coverage to really take down a physically defensive guard. If
On the
once he's
bench,
Terra
I'll
Water.
let you know, there's a Walking Wake in Sun on the bench.
Oh, okay, that makes a lot of sense.
So it's probably like a SPDF Walking Wake check.
Yeah.
And with
Or
that
maybe
in
it's
mind,
still.
I
It
actually
could also
think,
still just be Fizdef, but like with the Terra Water to make sure it doesn't just die to wait.
yeah, true.
Because I think
With that in mind, that
Fizdef
makes
guard just
me-
in general already looks good to what's it called, Gouging Fire.
It does, yeah. I don't think it's as necessary as it would have been if Walking Wake came. So you can probably play it kind of like, I don't want to say recklessly, but like you can play it early without feeling too bad, assuming that something else on the team is the Gouging Fire check.
Would you just like if you lead with the guard? Would you just Terra turn 1? Because
I
it's
think
your
so,
only
yeah.
it's your only Terra. Oh wait, oh no! You have the Terra Fire Marowak. Never mind. You do have another Terra Captain.
True, you do have another Terra.
Yeah, I was thinking that he was the only Terra Captain. It's like really the water just seems like a better monotype to have than Rock in this.
Yeah, you might
matchup.
be right.
But-
Probably good to.
But
to
keep
save
the
it.
Marowak. I think you keep the Marowak able
Yeah.
to Terra.
Okay,
all
let's see what we got.
So we do have the Jirachi lead. This is too slow.
Into the Torn?
Into the Torn, yeah. Taunt lead's good.
Taunt?
Because if Jirachi's leading with rocks, that makes sense. I guess the only risk is that if it is a Scarf Jirachi, then the taunt does nothing. But then you're also not really worried about a U-turn as Torn because you just regen it off.
The taunt into the Rocky Helmet is really smart. That's like just guaranteed chip.
And then you slow pivot out.
Yep.
Now we're moving.
Goes for the double, but misses the double because Weavile comes in on the Gligar.
I wonder
Gets
if
a
that
free
was.
SD turn. This probably
I
doesn't
wonder
kill
if that
though.
was like. So Weavile was coming in on the dark. Oh, that was a pivot though. So the Claude was in first.
Yeah,
and
this
then
is
you
a
go
double
for the
from
double.
both of them.
Yeah. So I'm wondering if was Weavile expecting specifically the Gligar? Do you think it was?
I think
I guess it has
for sure
immunity.
expecting Gligar.
Yeah, that makes
Immunity
sense.
with Eviolite. I mean,
And
Gligar
immune
just
to
can't
ground.
be touched.
Yeah, that
It
makes
just
sense.
can't be touched
So
by
that's a
Claude. So
smart
this is actually
pivot.
really smart. Gets the SD. I don't think this will kill Gouge though. So
No, he swaps it. He doesn't want to risk
yeah,
that.
it goes.
Honestly,
The
Slowbro
negative
being
damage
yeah,
to-
Rocky Helmet Slowbro I think adds more validity to like this just being a Spit F guard because that does make sense that Slowbro also just handles this Gouging Fire really well. Taunted
Goes for the
again.
taunt again, yeah. And I mean, Impulse is just in the blender here. It's Rocky Helmet Gouging Fire, but that does nothing to Torn.
Yeah.
A guy like me stays in on Weavile with Gligar.
Gligar.
Brick Break.
With a Glider.
Crazy.
Encore.
Oh,
into
Encore on the
curse.
curse, and that's gonna pop the Terra for pretty much nothing here. Jirachi can
Yeah.
U-turn now, or actually, yeah, just
I
getting
think
up the
it's
rocks.
been wanting to get rocks up the whole game. I think
Yeah.
that makes sense.
Oh, the EQ read on the Gouging
EQ,
Fire,
yeah.
but the Morning Sun.
Well, was it really a read? It's just Jirachi. He's also weak to EQ.
I mean, maybe not a read, yeah.
I think it's more
I
just
mean,
like
it did just click
clicking the
Shadow Bone.
safer button instead of
Yeah.
like possibly getting 0 leverage out of a fire move.
Curse of having autocorrect on my MacBook. The curse of just owning a MacBook.
Yeah. So
Yeah,
that
the
Gouging
Gouge
Fire's
is just
gone.
gonna lose
And
the 1v1.
honestly, the Quake is really nice there because it's not even taking the Rocky Helmet. Like, so that kind of just, that plane just kind of fell apart for the guy.
And I guess Shadow Bone doesn't make contact.
No, because it's like a weapon. Anything that uses like a weapon, like a cudgel
Like a
or,
cudgel kind of deal.
bone, all of those are non-contact.
Yawn on the SD. Oh, hold on.
I think
This
the
might be
sword
Lumberry here?
moves actually do make contact. Interestingly enough.
Lumberry for sure.
Wow.
And this
So
is
he's
water
got
absorb
double nasty
Claude, I
claw
want to
already.
say,
I mean double SD.
which just barely lives, gets the body press and doesn't kill.
Got the lefties on.
And I guess Weavile might have to go for an ice shard here or a speed
If
tie.
it has it, it's not boot. So, but it's SD. So it's
Wins the speed tie.
yeah.
Unless there might have been a calc here that showed that Darkrai might not have been full speed.
Maybe.
So maybe this is calculated just to outspeed like Jolly Torn or something. 10
I'm
and Torn.
wondering what item that Weavile is if it's not boots on an SD set. And
It could be
lefties
Sash.
either. Yeah, that's true.
Lefties Weavile.
You-
That's kind of crazy.
No, I mean if it was like a subset.
Oh, true. That Terrablast does 1 billion. I haven't
Yeah,
noticed
sure.
if Torn is boots. Sorry, I missed when it came in, but doesn't do much to slow
I don't
burn
think
here.
it's has it come in on the rocks.
Well, it did just now.
It is
And
boots.
there we go. It is boots. Defogs, but this might just be the end of
It's
Torn
just
here.
dead, yeah.
Yep.
you're probably pretty happy. You hate that mon.
True.
Knock, nice knock.
Evil
I mean,
is
he
the
is.
menace here.
Yeah, he
That
is getting
crit-
some good like. I think they're good like
double
middle
crit.
ground plays, but also like he is getting like reads in a way. Like he's right that going for the middle ground is better in that case
Yeah.
than just like hitting the strongest move.
And there's the trick room.
But realistically,
No
like you get a
teleport,
lot of
just
progress
goes-
on just knocking
Oh, to dodge the encore.
the. Oh,
Sid's hard switched into the Marowak on the
crazy.
encore for a prediction.
and now he's just
And
clicking.
it could live this EQ here. No, it's going to die to the
Ooh.
EQ.
He's slower than the
Slowbro-
Glugger. Or
Either
was
an
that
Ice Shard
after?
or a
That
Slowbro
was
can
after.
kill here. Yeah, the Ice Shard.
No,
He's
Ice
just gonna
Shard
take it down.
didn't kill.
Oh, it didn't. It's a 1
It
HP.
didn't kill. It didn't kill.
I
He
thought it was
still
dead.
has-
Okay,
he
now
still
it's
has
faster. It can
Immediate.
roost. Oh, no. Body press does nothing. But it's Iron
Yeah.
Defense.
Al, I think Glugger wins that out, right? Oh no, the Iron
Maybe
Defense is
not,
boosting
because
him
Slowbro
too.
started attacking first. Yeah, that's
Oh,
not
he
gonna do
does
it.
kill. Wow.
Wow, the Slowbro takes the game over the SD Gligar. That's crazy. It's hard to tell when to really start clicking Terra Blast there, because
Yeah.
Gligar's boost isn't effectively boosting anything, but Slowbro's is,
Slowbro
and while
yeah.
staying neutral with the Swords Dances, right? That's really
Right.
hard to calculate. So that'll
Pretty
put
good.
Impulse to 2 and 5, and Sid to 5 and 2.
Yeah.
So
It's
let
still
me-
good
let me
showing
double
though,
check now.
and only
Yeah,
one
wow.
diff.
Let me double check now that that does actually mathematically lock Sid.
Azzy, are you trolling even remotely with saying that? I think it's wrong.
I guess there may technically be a world, because there's a lot of 3 and 4 players. Oh, but if they have 4 losses, then yeah, okay, less than or more than half of the players have 4 losses, which means that somebody who wins 5-3 is guaranteed into playoffs. So even if Sid loses
Yeah.
his next game 0-6 in a 0-6, he is still confirmed.
Yep. As long as
So,
like
yep.
above the cutoff, there's an impossible number of losses, then you know that anybody who can't get that amount of losses is just automatically in.
Yep. Now it is still technically possible, since 7th place down to 11th place. I guess we can take a look more at the standings later, but 7th to 11th are all
7-11.
yeah, they're all tied at 3 and 4.
Well, weren't they all tied at like 4 and 2 or 2 and 4 or something like last week, or 4 and 2? I don't remember what it was. guess it
I
could
don't
be 3
remember.
and 4.
There was a really big like.
I think it was
really
2 and
long
4,
tie. Maybe.
which means that they
That's
all
possible.
won a game.
Yeah. Well, there's a lot of 2 and 5s now, so that's
Yeah.
very possible. But yeah, that does mean that I don't think that Impulse is technically locked out, because there are people with 3 wins in playoff spots right now.
Yeah.
So it might be
Is
possible depending on
possible.
who plays who.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know who Impulse plays.
Yeah. So okay, is there anything that happened in that game that you might have done different? Like, do you think that Impulse was too easy to read, and that Sid's middle ground plays were just gaining him too much traction?
I think that the middle ground plays were just smart in general, and I think it's situations where Impulse didn't necessarily make the wrong play, but it's just that the middle grounds were just that good. And in some cases lucky too, with like the double crit on the knock. But just in general, it's like I think Sid just had like good buttons to press against this team at the end of the day.
Yeah. Lilligan
Um,
never got to pop off either.
Yeah, and his covert cloak.
What?
So I wonder if that's for like
Oh, for
is there a
guard.
fake out or something. Oh yeah, for the Salt Cure. And his healing wish, Jirachi, which it never got to use.
It was the Lum Darkrai. It was offensive Gligar, defensive Gouge, defensive Cress. I'm sure that crit on Cress mattered, by the way. And yeah, we can check
Yeah,
out the
it's
item
max
on
max
Weavile
defense.
too.
Wide lens. It did not want to miss its
Oh.
triple axle. Interesting.
Usually I
I've-
feel like you see something like an Icicle Plate or something if it's not Life Orb.
Yeah.
But yeah, I guess if you
I've
need
run
three or
wide
something-
lens for triple axle on Ambi, because it's
Yeah,
like
it's fine.
it's basically like loaded dice for triple axle. Because it's 99% for each hit, which is
Yeah.
a lot better. But I also usually only run that in Paldea, where I also have to run double hit, which is also 90%. So it's
Yeah, I
just
was
better-
gonna say
better for me.
that would combo with double hit, or I guess even tail slap. Does it still have tail slap?
Not in Paldea, but it does in Nat Dex. But usually, if you're running a Nat Dex set with tail slap, you just run loaded dice.
Yeah.
Because
With,
that kind of move
Technician
doesn't.
over skill link.
Yeah, it's technician with loaded dice is just always better than skill link for that because the miss chance is the same, and
True.
it's just like you're still getting 4 to 5, and that's usually enough.
Yeah, that makes sense.
But since wide lens doesn't contribute to like the 2 to 5 hits, I mean it contributes in like landing the first hit, but it doesn't contribute to the calculation after that. The only ones that it applies to are triple axle and population bomb.
Yep. And triple kick.
Okay, yeah, I'm sure there are other ones that are similar, but like
I think those are
specifically
the
not
only
the
ones
ones that are
that
2
have,
to
like,
5.
Yeah, those are the only ones that have multiple checks.
Yeah.
That taunt Torn put in a lot of work denying
It did.
rocks. They did eventually get up and stay up, but they were still good for the meantime. It was the Spit F Water Absorb Claude. That's a lot of prep going in towards the Walking Wake, by the way. That didn't come.
Yeah. Honestly, I'm wondering how much. I mean, I don't know what else you'd really run, but like, I feel like you could run just like HP. And Claude's Spit F is already so monstrous, and like between that and Water Absorb, I feel like you tank a Walking Wake pretty well without overly investing into the Spit F build.
Let me run some calcs and see how well it actually takes it. How much
How
do you
well
think
does
it
it
takes
take
from
with a
like
Draco?
a booster special attack Draco?
If it's just HP,
Yeah.
I would say maybe like 40%. I guess a drawback. Well, no, because it's not unaware, so like that would actually it would still eventually beat out the Draco. Which usually that's the issue, is that you just ignore the stat drops from the Draco so you can keep clicking it.
So Draco with unaware is a guaranteed 2-hit kill.
Yeah, without unaware though, because it's
Yeah. Yeah, it does 58 to 68.
okay. That's a little more. But even
So
then, like you could
it's
calc
still actually
for
a
that.
guaranteed 2-hit. It's still a guaranteed 2-hit kill.
You could calc like and only invest as much Spit F as you need to make it not.
Yeah,
a
just
2-hit
run
KO.
like careful. Yeah.
Yeah, and just put the rest into whatever else you need, like if you want some more Fizz Def or anything. But then again, a full Spit F Claude like also isn't bad for like the Darkrai. I guess what ended up happening is that this was a physical Darkrai, right? And I think that he might have been a little under prepped for the physical Darkrai, but I mean obviously it ended up working.
True.
I think mostly because it was a full health guard, right? That he tried to like 1v1 it with.
Oh, I actually forgot how you have to calc Draco. You have to do the twice option instead of just calcing it like as a regular.
Oh, it doesn't
calc.
just tell you whether or not it's a 2-hit
Yeah,
KO.
you have to say like twice under the thing. Yeah, so it actually doesn't kill.
I
Even if
usually
you
just do it
run-
manually and like I look at what it is without -2 and then I put -2 and see what it is and I just do the math. I'm like, all right, let's see.
Yeah, there's a button for that to see. It's specifically for moves that like drop or
Drop
boost or
stats,
something
yeah.
afterwards. Yeah. With 32 Spit F, you can avoid the 2-hit kill always, even without Black Sledge.
Yeah. Well, either way, I mean,
Yep.
it worked, right? Still won.
Yeah, clearly. So, I mean, it was maybe a little shaky for Siderius there, but got the win and clinched playoffs. So, congrats to you. Unfortunate for Impulse. I don't think you're technically, like, mathematically out, but
Yeah. I think
Don't
we said
get
that there
hooked.
are still people with 3 wins who are in the playoffs right now.
Yeah.
But that could change.
might change depending on who plays who. So,
All right. And
All right.
I don't know why that last one was really slow, but I'm expecting normal. Here we have our hustle game, which is Glum versus Luke, and Luke is our only repeat in all these replays. And that was all the way back in week 3, where, you know, we've called this team a little bit, like, I don't know if gimmicky is the word, but like kind of like not good. So,
Yeah.
but, I mean, apparently
Well,
it's been,
none of
you
us
know,
like
it's
it.
still- yes, I think. I mean, the fact that we're reviewing it twice means it's doing something, right? Like, it's doing something interesting. Or this is a Glumly 6-0 and it's absolutely
yeah, or
brutal. I
maybe
don't know.
people are
I
owning
haven't
them.
seen it. Yeah. But the first replay we watched, he won. So that's why I was
True.
like, I mean, maybe it's an
Okay.
interesting team. But anyway,
I will
so
say
we have...
that regardless of the result of this, Luke has done better than I thought that his team would do going
for
in.
sure.
So,
I mean, the fact that he's not 0-8 is not even
0-8 in week 7.
Yeah. I mean, dude, I thought it was that bad. He picked up an extra loss somehow. That's
Yeah, at the end of draft.
yeah. So this is the Terra Golduck, right? Terra Water again. And I think that's the only Terra
let me check
captain.
if it's Terra, actually.
Unless
it
it changed, I'm 90% sure it was a Terra captain at the beginning of the season, at least. Because it was just doing Terra Water
Terra.
Hydro Pumps.
Yeah, and Torn. Golduck and Torn.
Oh, Torn is as well. Okay.
Yep.
So it's Terra Flying. And then we have Terra Flying Archeops and Terra Electric Keldeo.
Interesting.
I'm assuming that's Terra Flying Archeops. Yeah, because that's not even his primary
is.
type, so that has to be a type.
Yep.
Um,
So this would have been Archeops' debut, actually. We've never seen it come to a battle
really?
yet.
Oh.
Yeah. Interesting. Let's I have high hopes for this thing. In the rain matchup, nonetheless.
Yeah.
It's
This is actually an interesting matchup for Clef, especially. I feel like Clef, like some of the matchups where it kind of has a hard time, is against, like, first of all, dragons that can be either physical or special and you don't know yet, so like Kyurem, and dragons that have a brute force second stab that's just so strong that you can't really wall it in range.
yeah,
like,
you can't
the
resist
Bishop
it.
range.
You just die to it.
So I'm
Yeah.
curious what this Clef set's going to be, if it's just going to go all in on physical to just kind of like survive one at least, or if it's going to be more tailored to like handling this Kyurem, and then maybe we see like a Rotom Mo just being like specifically the Vish answer.
Yeah, I'd probably expect like a Spadef unaware set, so that if it's
Yeah.
physical Dragon Dance, you still can try to take it.
Right, you still like don't get O-code at least.
Yeah. It's hard to see what the Dracovish counterplay is, though. Honestly, like
Yeah.
it's got to be.
I think the Mo
I mean,
has to be
even
like, the
Scarf
plan.
don't- Maybe it's Scarf Archeops here, and that's the idea is to
It could be, yeah. Just get some
like
damage on it.
flying, just get some chip on it. Yeah.
Yeah, and maybe there's a Rocky Helmet somewhere on here. It could be, honestly, it could be like Rocky Helmet Rotom, just to get like
Or
a little bit,
Como.
and then put it in. Yeah, or Como. The only thing, I think the only risk of making Como, the answer there is that you would die if you just go to the Dragon move. But
Yeah, if it locks into Outrage, though, I think
Yeah,
you're
it's-
more than happy
you
to
don't
sack
wanna
it
do that
and
against
and
Clef.
kill it with Clef.
yeah,
Because
because really, there's no Clef swap here. Like, there's no Clef swap on this team. So
Yeah, I mean, maybe that's true. Wow, maybe Ursaluna has like. I mean, even the Moonlight on Ursaluna isn't healing very much, right?
not in the rain, no.
Yeah.
And Clef has soft boiled in that deck, so it doesn't really care.
Yeah.
Um,
Something else I could see instead of
Either
maybe a
do
Scarf
Silver last one
Archeops is like a Sash Endeavor Archeops might be pretty good here to try and get rid of the Pelipper earlier. If Pelipper surfs it as it Stealth Rocks or something,
yeah,
then you can Endeavor it turn 2. Just try and get a 1-for-1. Hopefully
Yeah,
you can hit
I
one of the
just feel
core
like-
pieces.
if you're running the Archeops, I know obviously Endeavor doesn't matter who you are if you just get Sash Endeavor, but I feel like running an Archeops set that relies on assuming you're gonna hit Sash is just kind of like, all right, well, this mon doesn't really want to
It's
be at that
fine.
HP anyway, unless you're already faster, right? Like then it's
Yeah.
like you get your attack off and then you proc the Sash. But I don't even know if he's fast enough to do that here. I mean, maybe he is against some of these mons, but not against like Scarf Bish.
Yeah, Scarf Vish, like Swift Swim Golduck, and just Torn in general. It could be Vacuum Wave
Yeah.
on the Ursaluna for Darkrai as well. So maybe not the set here.
Yeah, I mean, on the topic of the Clef, like, not really like, there's no real move blast swap. If Ursaluna is your move blast swap too, like, you don't even want to be risking this attack drops either. So,
True.
I mean, maybe Clef
I'll be tough.
still gets hit pretty hard because unaware. That's what's running. But I guess we'll see.
True. Well, yeah, let's take
I
a
guess
look.
we didn't talk about
We've
leads,
got
but
Torn. That's okay.
I'm guessing Torn and versus Como,
Oh,
who does not want to be in on Torn, on Terra Flying Torn.
Ay, 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 this
Ooh,
thing
and
just takes
the
a billion.
speed drop.
The speed drop. Oh, that might have been bad. If it was Scarf Head Smash, it could have still honestly killed Torn, even through Defiant. Or Defeatist, sorry.
So that some showing, huh? From the
Yeah, well, some debut.
this woman, this got to be Spadef. No.
Oh, that's FSL, yeah.
Does SpitF take more than 50% from
Oh, I'm
Blood Moon?
sure. You can okay. Tell me you haven't run calcs against Ursulina Blood Moon without telling me you haven't run calcs against Ursulina Blood Moon.
I feel like I've been able to 1v1 up with Clef before though. I guess it depends on the Ursa set too, if it's like specs. I would think that's like specs damage though, if this is a SpitF Clef. But I don't know. Especially
Modest Blood Moon does 71 to 84 to 0 SpitF Clef.
To 0 SpitF.
Yeah.
And that's without like any item on Ursa.
Whoa, hold on. I just tuned back in and I saw some heat. All right, hold on.
It's sunny day.
What the?
Yeah.
I mean, that's kind of sweet.
Yeah, it's smart.
I think ideally it should have been faster than Pelipper there, though.
It is faster.
No, it's not.
Oh yeah, you're right. Wait, is Pelipper? I mean, you'd have to
I think they're
invest
both
in
the
speed.
same.
No.
Yeah.
Clef is 112 minimum and Pelipper's 121.
Oh.
I don't know what the base stat is.
Must be like 60 versus 65 or something.
Yeah. Not Cloud.
But you're
9
right
for
though.
the
This Moonblast
Anthos.
is pretty tough.
Yeah,
So
it makes
maybe
me.
get the drop. Yeah,
Oh, it does get the drop. I guess, but we don't know if that's unaware.
it's probably unaware Clef though.
Yeah. And we'll see if it does the exact same amount.
Yeah,
Yeah, it's
that's
unaware.
unaware.
Yeah. But at least you can't use it twice, right?
True.
And you're fat. I would just take the kill there. You're just back where you started, and you're using more soft blood. I would just take
I
the
think-
kill on the Blood Moon there, wouldn't you?
No, you take the kill on the Earth Power turn.
That's what I'm saying.
So like you.
That's
heal
what I'm
up-
saying. Instead of, because you're faster.
Oh yeah, so you take the
'Cause so
you take the
you
kill
take the
after
Earth Power.
you
Yeah.
after
so
you
you
took the Earth Power. Yes. Yeah.
yeah. So I would have used that turn to kill, but instead, softball is again. It takes the Blood Moon.
Yes. But then it soft
And
blows again,
softball's
right?
again. Yeah. But that's,
Yeah.
I'm just saying that's just kind of wasting PP now that Ursulina's still alive.
Yeah.
But-
But
And you
then
actually
this gold
still
up does
survive.
nothing.
Yeah, you would have still survived the surf too. With that percent.
But then you're in a weird spot where like you don't know if it's clicking pump. You might have to switch out.
Yeah, 'cause it depends. I mean, the Clef was also the swap for the Ursa, so maybe like if the Ursa's dead, it's less like you're not as concerned if you get it wrong. Ooh, that freeze dry. Yeah.
Freeze dry on the Keldeo. Ow.
Not a great swap for any freeze dry here, honestly. It's probably just
Yeah.
specs.
It's good this is SpitF though.
Or is it? Yeah, it's specs. I would think it's specs at least. Ooh, takes it. Dark Eye.
There's no freeze
I mean, you
dry
better
switch,
hope you're
man.
faster, yeah. If it's not Scarf.
Okay, well, rain is down. If Clef gets another sunny day, looking tough.
Yeah. Flinch.
Oh, that is
no.
specs as hell.
Scarf
Specs
Rotom,
are
yeah.
quite strong, dude. Yep, Scarf Rotom. That makes more sense why I clicked Leaf Storm, because like getting locked into
Yeah, if you Volt Switch on the Ursa.
Volt Switch on the Ursa would have been pretty tough. Oh, it's
Hmm,
coffee
okay.
time. Yo, Nahyma, you are so smart.
Oh, yeah. Wait, so we're sacking the Clef here. So we pivot into the Como and then sack the Clef. I don't know what this really does. I guess you get the Rotom back in, who's faster than the Kyurem. But then he's like, I think every time you just...
I mean, you're in a catch-22. What do? Do you preserve your Dracovish check, or do
Yeah, I
you
guess there's
preserve
no
your
real
Germ
reason to
check?
keep Clef alive at that point.
The only thing it can heal up against is Ursa,
Which even that...
and
don't know
I
if
feel
it
like
can.
it's so
What was it at?
obvious. You can just hard switch into Vish on a soft boiled.
Yeah, I want to actually see. 'Cause
I guess maybe it
I think
doesn't
Clef was
kill at
yeah,
a
Clef's
range.
24. That's the 24. It doesn't even heal in front of Ursa. I guess
Yeah,
it does
and
because
Rain
you're
is still
faster.
up here.
But
Not right now with rain up.
yeah. Well,
You can only
softball
heal a
still
third.
heals.
Oh, it's
Softball.
soft boiled, right? It's not Moonlight. That's right. So actually, yeah. Maybe that's a play.
Oh, misses the Leaf Storm. That's sad. I mean, you're already
Honestly,
minus.
I
though.
think the play is. Oh,
Yeah, because their
you have
choice.
to hope that this is Scarf and not Band
Oh,
Rush, which it is Scarf.
crit.
Oh, the crit.
Clanging scales.
That crit maybe. No, this
You're
is a Specs cure. It's faster.
probably
You're dead.
yeah. You're
You're
dead
dead no
either
matter what.
way because you're not Scarf. You're not anything faster.
If that was like a scale shot
Scale shot
or
would have
something
been nice,
that boosted
yeah.
speed, that would have been clutch. Or Como does get Vacuum Wave, right? I'm pretty sure. Let me double check here.
And it was Scarfish. What the fuck? Look at this Scarf. Look at this vicious set.
It does have Vacuum Wave. That would have clutched up there. Is it Sleep Talk Fish? Yeah. The DJ Barrera special.
Yeah.
I mean, it makes sense. A bunch of random mons get Hypnosis, and you don't want to bait yourself into clicking
Yeah.
Vicious Rend.
It did. Wait. Oh, Bursa had Vacuum Wave. Okay.
Yeah. But if Como had it, that
Como had Body Press, Stealth Rock, Taunt. Yeah, not really the set that you want at the end there. Is Flamethrower in the sun, I guess.
There might be a Ferrothorn. Let me double check.
Yeah.
Yep, there's a Pharaoh. There's also a Bronzong.
And it was Specs, Darkrai. What was the Keldeo? Or not the Keldeo, the Kyurem. It was also Specs, yeah.
Yeah. Which is pretty good.
Modest Specs.
But the Cure, or sorry, the Clefable only taking like 40% from a Specs freeze dry, I think is pretty good. Like a modest Specs, that's good.
Yeah. I mean, that'd be a
That's
fat
strong.
Spidef. Yeah, that's full on Spidef left.
So Sunny Day was pretty interesting. I do
flying
think that...
Gem Archeops, by the way.
Oh, for acrobatics? Oh, it was agility?
Yeah.
Huh. Because, like, you don't want to be clicking Brave Bird with Defeatist, right?
No.
You know what? I kind of don't hate that. With Roost, though,
No,
I
I
don't
think
know
that's
if
a good move. I think that's a good move for it. Because either way...
I don't know if I like
Yeah. On Archeops, you kind of are only really... Not always, but like a lot of times you're really only getting one attack off before you get Giga Nerfed halfway through the match. So I'm fine with just going all in on the acrobatics, the flying gem acrobatics. And he was Terra flying too. Like it literally would have been like a nuke on whoever got hit by it.
Yeah. The only resist on Luke's draft, let alone what he brought, would have been the Bronzong.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I mean, flying is pretty good against this team. Darkrai in particular loves using Hypnosis. Yeah, it's true. So there's like legitimate reason to have Sleep Talk.
That's fair.
And the more moves you have with Sleep Talk, the less likely you are to not get sleep, or less likely you are to get Sleep Talk. So, or Vicious Rend.
Nice.
And it won't bait you into clicking a bad button. Anyways, yeah, congrats. Let me double check what the playoff implications were for that game.
Oh, yeah.
Luke would have been 2-4, and Glum was 3-3. So
Well,
they're
Luke is
both now actually. Sorry.
Luke won the games. Luke is 2-4.
No, he was 2-4, so now he's 3-4.
No. Oh, I thought you said he would have been 2-4, like if he won. But I see he would have been before this. He would have been 2-4.
Yeah, before this he would have been. Yeah. And Glum was 3-3. He's now 3-4. Now Glum is still ahead of Luke by 2 diff. Glum is -2 as opposed to.
And they
Luke's
play again week
-4.
8.
They might. Honestly, if they, well, actually, it's probably unlikely because they'd have to make
week 8.
Oh, I meant week 9. Sorry.
Yeah.
Like for the first week of playoffs.
Yeah.
It's unlikely because they both have to come.
They would
fourth
both
and
be
fifth.
the lower seeds. Yeah.
It is possible right now for all the way up to 5th place to be 4-4.
Well, what's Glum at?
Glum is 3-4, so it's impossible.
So neither of them could
to
get
play
fourth.
round 1.
Yeah.
Yes, it's impossible to play round 1.
Yeah. All right. Well, let's go to our. This is our first Swarm replay in a while, and there were actually a couple that were submitted. So shout out to Swarm for actually submitting.
Let's go.
Um.
Okay, we've got Penziska versus Pabby.
Pabby's a chat regular, but I don't know if he's here today. I haven't seen him.
Makes me sad. Well, we're gonna have to ping him. Hey, Pabby, get in the street. I'm gonna ping him right now.
Pabby. At Pabby. Oh, Pabby commented on a video.
Oh, let's go. At Pabby.
Or on the stream or something. I saw the notification when I started the stream today. Hold on. I'm gonna drop a heart on it. And then... on the week 6 replay review. So this one does not have the preview. There's pre-July 13th matches. Gotta love it. So that's not, or that's Mega Venusaur, because I know Harry has regular Venusaur.
Yes, that's true.
Is it, so it's probably also a regular Gardevoir then, if that's Mega Venusaur.
I would assume so. I don't think we have a double Mega team this season.
Yeah. I don't know if any of these are a Terra Captain, unless it's Gardevoir.
I hope we get the low kicks game for Truant. I actually think it is Gardevoir. That's Panziska, right?
Yes.
Yeah, it is Terra Guard.
Okay, and then Terra Fairy, Hydra Apple, and no other.
The other captain is an Avalugg and a Rhyperior and
Okay.
King.
Okay, so yeah, it's just
Okay,
it's
so
just the Gardevoir
let me
and
check
the
where these
fairy
guys are.
types. Very OP.
Where are these standings right now?
Panziska
For
was
this
like
game.
undefeated.
Oh, I think you're right.
Panziska was like 6-0 or something.
Mm-hmm. And then Pabby would have been 3-3 before this game,
Yeah.
fighting for a playoff spot.
Yeah, that's right in the middle.
Mm-hmm. So it's hard to go wrong with the Samurai
Illegal
League.
shit in the team.
What? You take it off the team right now.
Who was holding the cocaine item?
Wait a minute. We need our fentanyl czar. Maybe that's what we can do. We can appoint you as our fentanyl czar instead of appointing you as a moderator.
Yeah. Still not a mod,
Perfect.
but I'll be checking all the Pokemon's held items.
Yeah. Okay, so it's kind of hard to go wrong with the lead front because a lot of items that you're bluffing.
Wait, you cut out. You said hard to go wrong
Sorry.
with a lead blank.
Lead Samurai.
Samurai. Yeah. I agree with
Because
that.
there's a lot of items that you're threatening. Like you could be a scarf, you could be sash, you could be AV, you could be band or like black glasses. It could be swords dance. So it's hard for a lot of other leads that aren't like anti-scarf to threaten you back.
I think Scarf Greninja though kind of just bodies Scarf Hammer in any context.
Honestly
right?
though, you're fine. You're fine to just say sure, hit the U-turn on me. I'll
Yeah,
take
but what
some
if it's
chip and I'll get a
physical?
spike. How much do you think it really does to Samurai? Let me check.
What if it's
Greninja.
Protean physical Scarf Grin?
All right, let me check. Protean physical scarf grin.
Adamant. He didn't hit speed creep anymore.
Adamant.
I don't know. I just want to know what the
I
maximum.
mean, is there a reason? I guess it could be adamant here.
I don't know who else is on the team, but he's slower than Darkrai. And wait, no. Yeah, no, he's slower than Darkrai, and then I think Zapdos might next be the next fastest at 328 max. So he could actually be, like, if there's nothing between Darkrai and Zapdos, he actually could be not speed boosting.
All right, let me check here. Okay, if you're adamant Protean scarf U-turn Greninja, you do 76 to 90.
Yeah, if I'm Panziska, I'm not risking it.
Honestly, but that's kind of worth. What's the dark switch? Do you just go into your Appleton and try and regen it off before your Terra Fairy? Like you still take a strong dark move and you get a spike up. I mean,
yeah,
that's kind of just why, dude. Ceaseless Edge is just such a broken.
Well, you know who the swap is? It's Melodic. It's got to be just the swap in general.
It's got to be Milo,
right?
but then what? This spike is up. You're not going to switch in your ghost type on this thing.
Does Delmise spin?
It does, but you're not going to switch it in on.
No, you wouldn't.
You know, like you've got to switch around a couple times to try and get Delmise.
But if it's
in to spin.
Boots, Delmise, and then like I don't know, because I guess you're not really threatening much back at the Hammerrod either.
No, you've got to flip turn back, and it could be like, okay, if it's Rocky Helmet, Milo, after you take that 90% from Adamant Protean U-turn, okay.
True, yeah, you're actually just dead after that. It's a horrible play.
But maybe that's good, honestly. Maybe you dying just like lets you bring in Zapdos, and you just have a spike and chip on. Maybe that's all right.
Yeah, I guess the question would just be like, what does Delmise get to just spin on?
Yeah, because like good luck spinning against gold, right? Yeah, if it's itemless gold, you just can't touch it with Poltergeist.
I guess the item soon. And I don't think Delmise gets anything else besides like Shadow Sneak, right? Like I don't think it gets Shadow Claw. Is
I
that
think it
the
has
mon I'm
Shadow
thinking
Claw.
of?
I think it does have Shadow Claw. But like, dude, Shadow Claw is just so bad.
It is, but I'm also I don't know if Delmise is the one. Maybe it's Bramblegast. But I'm pretty sure Bramblegast gets. Oh, it doesn't. Okay, so Bramblegast is the one that I'm thinking of, where it's like you actually just completely cook it.
Yeah.
Running item
Of the three, of the 4 Ghost Grass mons, 3 of them can remove, and 3 of them have Shadow Claw.
Yeah. All right. Well, let's.
Yeah. So
I guess we'll just start. And see.
Like I said,
it's Zapdos.
Okay. Well,
and Hydro Apple.
You know that whole 5-minute tirade that I had about Samurai.
Yeah. Well, and the Greninja, I mean, he could still be in the back, hiding that.
Yeah.
You know what? He predicted the Zapdos lead.
No, I think he
So he didn't want his physical
Greninja. Okay, the Fire Dance boost.
If don't get a para.
Okay, Fire Dance should kill here.
Dead, yeah.
Wow, and this is a problem. This could be Scarf, maybe? It's looking pretty scarfable. Sludge Bomb gets the poison.
Anchor Shot. So he's trapped? Is that what that does? Yeah.
Yep.
But do you really win this 1v1?
Or no, Anchor Shot is permanent, isn't it?
I think it's until you swap out, like any other trapping move.
Let me double check. Because there's some that are like only next turn.
This poison just kind of hurts though, right? Like I don't know if you even want to 1v1 him anymore. And yeah, this Venusaur also has Synthesis.
Yeah, it prevents them from switching out for as long as the user remains in battle. Yeah, that's pretty good. I mean, it makes sense because it was introduced in the same gen as Spirit Shackle, and I know that Spirit Shackle interacts that way. I just am not as familiar with Anchor Shot. Okay, so it is the Synthesis Delmise, so it at least has some staying power against this.
Yeah, I guess you're just trying to stall all of Venusaur's PP out, but like I feel like this poison immediately just kind of makes you in the losing position here. Like you're using all of your synthesis too. Like, are you really trading that much? Like,
I guess you could just say, yeah, Delmise, you're just kind of useless now that you're poisoned. Let's just burn like 5 synthesis PP. Oh, the Poltergeist missed. Sorry, let's burn 4 synthesis PP.
We're currently at 2, and he's also like healing some of it off with Giga Drains.
Yeah, this doesn't seem great. I feel like if the plan was to trap the Venusaur, it should have probably had Swords Dance. Because then you're kind of getting somewhere, right? You can be like
Sash SD.
Shadow Sneak? Sash SD? Acrobatics here?
Acrobatics?
Yeah.
But does Shadow Sneak kill?
No Shadow Sneak.
It's just not strong enough to kill. It's like 40 base power. And it'll be resisted by the Darkrai.
SkyUp says, I regret to say I'm out of playoff race. Oh no.
Spoilers!
And Eager99 is here. Hello, Eager99.
Hello, Eager99. Spatosh Ball.
Okay, you have to be careful of a competitive boost.
Yeah. Bye-bye.
But honestly, if with Venusaur around, you're not even that worried about it.
That's true.
It is the Oka Berry. That still did a good amount of damage, but the Psyshock crit.
Nukes it. I don't even know if that crit
I wonder if that crit mattered. Let me check. So,
was it 60%
if I just assume...
before? 64, I guess is exactly when it died.
I guess it's hard to say because we don't know how much invest the Golden Go has, but...
Yeah. Oh, here's the Terra Fairy. Probably... Wait, it traced pure power. What if it was physical? Ceaseless Edge. This is the first time spikes are even coming up.
A fully offensive Golden Go Psyshock against fully offensive Iron Moth does 89 to 105. That's actually crazy.
He's dead anyway.
Yeah. Now we don't know if it was fully offensive, but yeah, it was very likely to be doing more than 65 anyways.
Oh, Draco missed.
Misses the Draco.
So that was on the swap. Damn, that's unfortunate. Yeah, you just get your spikes up. You don't really care.
Yeah, that's a 3rd layer, and that's really strong now at this point. It is Helmet on the Apple,
It was Helmet.
It was Helmet on the Apple.
Do you really even care about this yawn? I think you just stay in.
No, you just go. I mean, That's fine. This is asleep now. Oh, this could get tricky if Metacham has Trailblaze here.
Sure,
Oh, no.
yeah. That's pretty smart. Because you
This
are
might be
also
it.
expecting that the Rock Slide, that's not
Oh, it
enough.
doesn't have a move to hit guard.
Oh,
Oh, but the flinch! And the Fire Punch. Wait.
wow, that flinch.
Oh, it doesn't have a Psychic
misses
move.
the, yeah, no psychic
And it
move.
misses the... That is justice. But it doesn't kill. No poison.
Flinch again. Oh, this is not doing enough. I mean, if it
Oh,
does flinch again,
no.
it's still not doing
Old?
enough, though.
Old?
You just
Okay.
synthesis through it.
You have another chance here.
Maybe that's why you stalled off its PP.
True. No, it gets a turn. Takes it down. I guess Hydrapple can still win this, though.
You could Sludge Bomb there, though. Yeah, you just let it Draco. Venusaur, I think, 1v1s both of these mods, and you heal the Giga Drain on Melodic as well.
And you're
Really, I don't even
faster?
think that synthesis mattered. I mean, like, I think you could just click Giga Drain. And yeah, and then you just
Oy.
kind of win here.
Yeah.
You're faster, yeah.
So I see what he was trying to do, because Pabby, I think, might have won if Venusaur stayed in to try and get the Sludge Bomb, but Penziska wisely realizing that Sludge Bomb has a roll.
Oh, did it on Hydrapple there?
Well, I'm assuming if it was left at like 1% or whatever it was
Yeah.
left at, I'm assuming that
Or
that's
maybe
a
you
roll.
just don't know the set either. Like
Yeah.
there's a set where it survives. Because I don't
Yeah,
think we've
there's-
seen any actual damage to the Hydrapple. It was just spikes, and I guess the Cecil's Edge.
Yeah, true. And it was Rocky Helmet. I think you can assume Fizz Def at that point.
Yeah. So Hammerheart was AB. It was Scarf
Very
Moth. I'm just looking at these other ones too. So it was Covert Cloak Melodic. So it actually kind of hurts you
Oh.
against the Shadow Ball
Yeah.
because you're never getting a
Interesting.
boost from it. But you're Marvel Scale. You're not even competitive, so it's fine.
Okay.
Dumbass was Boots. Yeah, I mean it was your spinner, and you just kind of like were fine with 1v1 in the Venusaur.
Yeah, I
That,
think you need to
funny
be,
enough,
like, rapid
won
spin
the
this.
game with
Yeah,
3
true.
synthesis PP. Like it really
True.
just didn't do its job at all of like getting rid of this Venusaur. The Venusaur came in and still won at 100% HP and PP to spare on multiple. Upper hand on the Greninja. That's interesting.
Oh, wait, for what?
Is there a Sucker Punch user?
Like, technically there's 2 with Darkrai, Samurott.
Yeah, but like on the bench, like anyone
Yeah, I'm checking here.
like
On Ziska's bench?
yeah, like that it could have been used for.
There's an Infernape with Mach Punch.
That actually, because it makes you flinch. Like you flinch if you're correct, and they used a priority move
Yeah,
to take the damage.
I would
flinch.
assume
So
it
that
was
actually
for-
would be
for the
for a
Mach
Mach
Punch.
Punch. Yeah, it's a good bring,
Mhm.
I think. Especially if you're kind of assuming that your acrobatics and waterfall is getting through most of the rest of the team. I guess the risk was really just the Darkrai that you didn't want to stay in front of.
Why is it minus defense, do you think?
Minus defense with 20 defense EVs.
Yeah.
Yeah, I have no clue. Maybe there was a previous set where it was mixed, and they changed that last move to upper hand. Like maybe that was like a water shuriken for Infernape, and then he found out that upper hand like does more. I don't know.
But then what's up with these IVs? Like,
Oh, the
I've
IVs,
run
yeah.
negative IVs before for like certain reasons.
Oh,
For
it had to have been
example,
for the
like-
sash, for the focus sash,
Why do you care about Sash? You're Battle Bond instead of Torrent.
but your acrobatics.
Oh, right, because it's not Flying Gem.
Yeah,
Makes sense.
but realistically, just run flying gem, right? Like instead of like sacrificing all this.
Well, making sure you get the guaranteed SD, I think, makes sense.
Yeah, true. With an
Okay.
SG set.
No, I understand.
Either
Yeah, that
way.
makes sense. If you need
But also,
your
if you
Sash
don't
to
really have a
rock
plan
that-
to get rid of hazards, like, and I mean, I guess you did. You had the
True.
rapid spin, but
True.
yeah.
Yep. Okay. True. I definitely missed that.
well,
Okay, in this
What
Hydrapple,
did that
we
do
see
to?
Yon Draco
Oh wait,
Energy.
right. we
So
wanted to see
that
the
does
rest of
make
these teams.
yeah. We didn't look, I think, much at Pabby's team, right?
Yeah, this is the one we haven't looked at yet. I mean, well, we just looked at the Gren, but
Yeah. So that Metacham didn't have any stabs or what? Oh,
Wait,
did
it had
CC.
oh, that's off. It had CC.
Yeah, it had Fire Punch, probably for gold
Yeah.
instead of Psycho
Psychic.
Cutter, Zen Headbutt. The Rock Slide is interesting. I
Had to
guess
be
you have
for
to Rock Slide the
Zapdos.
Zapdos. I mean,
Had to be
honestly,
for
the set is
Zapdos.
kind of logical. That's the unfortunate. Maybe
It's just there's a lot of things that you have to be ready for.
yeah,
I would still probably
had
have
to do
said
too
take
much.
the Psychic Stab over the Fire Punch, maybe, and just accept that maybe you get walled by the Goldengo.
It depends on what you can prep for easier on your team. So, do you have a better matchup in a Zapdos defensively, or Venusaur, or
And it's
or
really
Gold,
hard
and
to
then kind of
say,
pick one that allows
like,
beat?
before the match to know that it's going to end up like this, where you have the exact situation where it's like, damn, I need a Psychic move to hit this Venusaur.
Yeah,
I
and
just don't
it
have
also actually takes balls to go into Venusaur into a Mega Metacham, right? Like you would expect that it has the Psychic move. And there was an unrevealed move. It could very easily have been a Psychic move.
That was before the Trailblaze, right?
It was right after the Trailblaze. It had revealed Rock Slide, but then it didn't show Fire Punch. Or did it show Fire Punch?
I thought that the
But it never showed
Trailblaze
CC.
or the Rock Slide was its last shown move. There's the Fire Punch.
Okay,
Oh,
it
the
showed
Fire
the Fire
Punch
Punch on guard.
Oh wait, no. That was already.
Oh, and it did already show CC. I see. I didn't
It is
realize
Rock
that
Slide,
CC
yeah.
was revealed. I thought that it was
It's
hidden.
on the guard, yeah. Yeah, because even just having a stab Psychic move here is better against the Terra Fairy guard.
Yep.
And probably kills it. So hard
But yeah,
call
it
to
was-
make when prepping, but that clearly would
I
have
like sets
been a
like
difference,
this
I think.
because as the defender, like as Panziska, you have to be very aware.
Yeah,
you have
you're
to
always
track
assuming that he
out
has it.
everything. Yeah, so you assume they have the stabs until proven that they don't, and
Yeah.
you pivot around on the moves, like on the mons that they might be research for. So, for example, if you go into your Zapdos and switch out on the Rock Slide into something that can take the Psychic move, so for example, into your Golden Go, you can scout to see if it has the Psychic move, or if it if it has the Rock. And if it clicks Rock Slide, then you know it doesn't have one of its stabs or Fire Punch or something.
Right.
So.
Or Trailblaze.
Yeah, that was the first move revealed, I think.
That was it.
I guess it came in.
Either
I
that
didn't
or
realize that
CC.
it came in earlier
Yeah,
in the
CC.
game.
CC was the first move. I think it was
Okay.
on the gold though, so it didn't do anything.
Yeah. Gotcha.
But yeah.
Well, this leaves Panziska at a reigning 7-0, the only player in the division with 7 wins. Even DJ Red Lantern, who's already played all 8 of his games, ended 6-2.
Yeah.
And other than DJ, there's a big gap. The only other players that are anywhere near have 5 wins. So Panziska's made a really big
Panziska has
really
a
big gap
pretty good
between
chance of making
themselves
playoffs.
and third. A pretty good chance to make playoffs, as in 100%.
That's pretty good.
Yeah, it's a pretty big chance.
Nice.
And I believe.
And what about
hold on.
Pabby?
Yeah, Pabby. That will put them to 3-4. Now just barely inside a playoff spot.
I was gonna say that sounds like a still spot.
Yeah, there are actually 1, 2, 3. There are 7 people at 3-4 right now.
Jesus.
But Pabby has a positive diff despite the negative game differential. So Pabby and Stella.
When you only lose -1 here, that's a good sign.
Yeah, Pabby and Stella right now are positive, and the other 5 players are all pretty negative. So that's a pretty big separation as well for Pabby and Stella. You've got a pretty good shot. I do think you will need to win your game though, because as long as even just 2 of the 3-4s play each other, like 7th and 8th place right now are in a playoff spot, and they're 3-4. So that means that as long as 2 3 and 4s play each other, or 2 3 and 4s get a win,
it's guaranteed
then,
that
they're
you'll need
guaranteed
4
it,
wins.
Yeah.
Well, they're not
exactly.
guaranteed in. It's guaranteed that the
No,
last
you
playoff
need
spot
4.
is 4 wins. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. My bad. Misspoke.
But
But yeah, GG.
all right, our last replay, our truant
One more.
replay.
This was a pretty good game. And this is Chemfruit versus C2. Both of these players were demoted this season, and they're both trying to prove to me and to the tiering committee, which is also just me, where
Not
they
a
really
great
belong.
showing. Not a great
showing.
showing. HGLF.
Have good luck, fun.
You too. Kemford.
Kemford set it back.
Yeah, like they really it's been corroborated between the two of them. So.
Yep. Okay, for Terra Captains, we have Suicune.
And
This
another
is
Terra
not a
Fairy
Terra
High
Iron
Trapple.
Moth. Don't get baited by all of C2's random types. None of those other mons
Oh
are.
my god.
Sorry, Clef is Terra legal, but and Zapdos is legal. None of the rest are.
That's so true. It's a Magic Guard, Terra Normal, Belly Drum. Was it like? I guess it runs Double Edge. Is that what it runs in Gen 4 or something?
Sure.
I know there's a funny set that it runs.
Yeah, actually, it's just pre-Gen 6 normal type Clefable, and he
Yeah.
forgot to change its Terra type.
Yeah, he imported it from the DPP. It's on site.
The Hydrapple is Terra Fairy. I don't
And
remember if
Dragon.
Kilowattrel is Terra here. Let me check.
No, it would probably be this Dragon Emerald, right?
Nope.
Is that just random?
That's just random. Chemfruit has Hydrapple and Muck.
Okay.
And C2 has Suicune and Sinistcha.
So Terra Poison, Suicune. That's it.
Royce says ban the committee. Yeah.
All right. Leads.
Do
Do you want to get your Terra Fairy off pretty quick, you think, against the Garchomp? But then again, it is a Terra Poison Suicune, which I think just bodies you either way.
Yeah, I would say it's probably just pretty good to be Fairy type. Maybe you lose your Water Resist against the Urshifu. Or is this Urshi single or...
Well,
Rapid?
the Terra type's Water, which leads me to believe
It's Urshi
that
single.
it's trolling. and it's not what it's showing here.
Yeah, it is trolling. It's Urshi single, so this being a Fairy type is actually better for you into the Urshi. Definitely just off early.
I guess. I wonder if. Yeah, Terra.
You might
I
want
guess
to be
you
able to
still
play
that you don't like.
against Trump.
Yeah, I think Moth just beats you either way too. There is like Terra Fairy is obviously very good Terra type, especially for Hydrapple, and against this single strike Urshifu and a Garchomp. But at the same time, I feel like it's just really bad into Moth. Like Hydrapple not being able to Terra off of the poison weakness, and then you might have to think a couple steps ahead, but also like the Terra Poison Suicune seems good in general.
Yeah.
So it makes me wonder if like there's a better Terra type.
It's pretty hard though for Moth to beat Zygarde. Actually, you've got to be like Toxic, or maybe get a Spatak boost.
Does Moth get Toxic?
Wing, but I think so. If it doesn't, I'd be very surprised.
It's a poison type, but I don't know if it actually gets Toxic.
Let me check for you. Iron Moth. Does get Toxic.
Okay, it does. I wonder if there are any poison types in Gen 9 that didn't get Toxic, or really Gen 8 or Gen 9 that didn't get to have the Toxic.
Let me look that up for you. In the meantime, let's go ahead and take a look at some leads, and I will bitty tappity find some poison types that don't have Toxic.
And is this Mega Chomp?
Already taking me away from my job, huh?
Yeah. I don't know if you know off the top of your head.
It's regular Garchomp.
Regular Chomp, okay. So because that would influence whether or not I think it's a lead. I mean, Urshi, depending on its set, could lead just click U-turn if it's a choice set. But I think single usually prefers like stronger sets than Scarf, right? Especially because you can't run your free crit move.
I found a poison type that doesn't learn Toxic. Can you guess what it is?
Is it a final stage?
No.
Or like a single stage?
No.
So it's a pre-evolution. Is it Glimmet?
No. Let me check if it... I'm pretty sure it gets it.
Is it Shroodle?
Glimmet gets Toxic.
Oh, this is Gen 8 or Gen 9?
Shroodle gets Toxic. Oh, no. This is like any Pokemon at all.
Well, I feel like it has to be Gen 8 or Gen 9 because everything got it prior to that. Or no, isn't it like Weedle or Caterpie or something? Because don't they not?
Caterpie is not a poison type, but yeah, Weedle and Kakuna
I guess right,
don't
it is
learn
poison. Yeah, I forgot it's just poison types.
Yeah,
I remember that
and
Weedle
Kakuna.
literally learns like 2 moves. It's like String Shot and Tackle, I think. And then
Poison
Kakuna gets
Sting,
Harden. Oh yeah, Poison
Shot.
Sting.
I think it gets like Electro Web or something, or maybe that's just Kakuna.
And
No, it gets
Kakuna
Electro Web
would-
and Bug Bite.
Really? Why they gave it
Yeah.
some extra moves?
Yeah. That 20 special attack Electro Web is going to pop off.
Yeah. I mean, it's also like Beedrill gets it, I guess, is kind of the point.
Sure. What's Beedrill's
But then
special
again,
attack?
you would also assume that that's not the move
45.
that they give the Weedle when there's
True.
any number of other moves that they give the rest of them. But if it's String Shot, I guess you've already established that it can send webs out, but why not give it Sticky Web then?
Okay, Wormpole, Cascoon are also poison types that can't get it. Silcoon's just bug, right? It's mono bug.
Silcoon...
Silcoon is mono bug. Cascoon is also mono bug, actually.
Really?
I thought that Wormpole was per poison because it has poison sting.
Is
So
it just
okay,
bug?
don't count those in that list. Yeah, it's just mono bug.
But Dustox is bug poison, right?
Dustox is bug poison.
Beautifly is
but
bug flying.
It does get toxic.
Yeah. So not poison types.
So yeah, I think Kakuna and Weedle are the only poison types that don't get it.
Oh.
Interesting.
So I'm thinking Weedle probably doesn't lead here then.
I could see a Weedle lead being not bad here, honestly. Like, getting a Poison Sting poison off on the unsuspecting Terra Poison Suicune. Like, it might not expect the Poison Sting poison. Turn 1.
Yeah, and the Electro Web's pretty good.
The Electro Web to lower the Iron Moth's speed.
Yeah, you kind of
turn
counter its booster speed if it's running it,
True.
right? And
Yeah,
it
that
wastes
seems strong,
whole
actually.
booster energy, yeah.
Yep.
Alright, so Weedle
Okay.
lead on both sides, I think. It's probably the best option.
All right, let's take a look.
That's not Weedle. There's Weedle.
Oh, I mean, that's pretty close to Weedle, if you think about
It
it.
is kind of like a Weedle going through the apple, yeah. I mean, how many are in there? There's like 7 of them. One of them could be a Weedle. We don't know because we can only
There's
see
7 things in there?
Yeah, I think it's a Hydra, right? I guess a Hydra's 3, but maybe it is only 3. There's more than one.
What do you call the worm inside of the apple?
It's the worm. I don't know. It's kind of like how like what is a Farfetch without the leak, right? Like is it still a Farfetch? Like it, yeah, or Paris without the parasite on it. Like,
True.
because
What do you call
you
the
could
worm
argue that
inside
Parasect
Hydrapple?
is the parasite because it's completely taken over. But then what is Paris when it just has like the mushrooms in their baby stage? Paris.
I found it. From Google AI overview, the snake-like entities inside Hydrapple are called serpents, but it's like serpents with a Y, SYRPENTS. Why isn't that a Pokemon? That should be like a baby form of Diplin.
We need more alternate evolution paths for this
Yeah.
mon that was introduced last generation, by the way.
You were right though. Hydrapple is a Pokemon that consists of 7 serpents.
Yeah,
living
okay, I knew
together
it was like a
within
lot.
syrup-filled apple structure.
Yeah.
The central serpent acts as a dominant entity, and 2 others are visible at the rear, while the remaining 4 are
Oh, I
usually
thought
hidden
3
within.
tails were visible, but I guess it's just I thought like this sprite was maybe blocking one of them.
How did you know that?
I just remember there's a fucking ton of worms in there.
Huh. I guess that's what happens when you just play the game, huh? I never had any of the DLC.
I don't even think I learned it from the DLC. I think it was just something that I found out. I was like, that's weird. 7 of them.
Oh, and that's the lore behind going all out for its move.
Yeah, it's
Fickle Beam.
all of them participating.
Yeah, the 7 serpents that form Hydrapple have inconsistent and fickle temperaments,
Serpents with a Y.
and rarely work together as a team. On the rare occasion that serpents' moods align, Hydrapple unleashes its full power.
Yeah. They're all assholes.
Okay, I've had enough of this little rabbit hole. Let's
All right, let's watch it turn into a fairy and not even be the same mon.
let's do that.
There you go.
I can't
Our
believe we're not
original
watching the
Fickle
Lokix
Beam.
game. Yeah.
Oh yeah, it's not the location. This one had the most votes. 2 votes. I think there's another one that had 2 votes, but it was.
Hey,
repeats.
Toxic Melmetal. That's a not poison type that learns.
I mean, that makes me think that Melmetal's better than Weedle. And I know that's not true. Which feels
This
wrong.
Hurricane does 1 billion. Oh, but it misses.
It actually did
Stone
0.
Edge? Oh, the Scale Shot.
Oh no, is he dead to Scale Shot?
4
If he
hits?
gets 5.
Oh!
4 heads.
But I mean, you've got to
Now you're
switch out
faster,
now anyways.
yeah.
Maybe being dead would have been better.
Scale Shot. You just
Oh
click
no, you have a
Scale Shot
Fairy
again.
type. I forgot.
Ah, what's your other move? Is it Quake? Because I'm wondering like if you would click a more accurate move as your other option in case you do miss.
I think it's fine to just leave as like 10% HP bird in the back. It's fine.
Yeah. I'm more concerned like if you took a second Hurricane though, like if you miss and it stays in.
Yeah, true.
Because maybe
Just lots of ways that
Kilowatt
can
is
go
just-
wrong, right?
I guess Kilowatt could theoretically heal off of another discharge read.
True. Oh, the sub on this weekend?
Mm. And that was on a toxic, right? Yeah. Oh, how is this Melmetal use 6 toxics already? What are we? Oh, it's pressure.
Pressure.
Pressure on the Zapdos and the Suicune, actually. Yeah.
Yeah.
I was like, we did not miss that many turns. He has not Terra'd yet, which is really weird. I feel like Terra is
Probably
good
got a
against
Terra
this
there.
mod.
We don't want to. I guess you want to keep the double Iron Bash resist, but you have Zapdos and it's already
Yeah.
poisoned. Doesn't mind coming in on it already.
Yeah, but I mean, already being poisoned also means that it might be dead. before
I
it
guess
can
you
do
don't
anything.
win. You actually don't win the plot Earth Power 1v1, actually. If you
As Suicune poison.
Yeah.
Yeah. But he's not
Like, if you
boosting his
have-
defense. I guess you're not running a poison move, so you're really not hitting him any harder.
Yeah, exactly. And if you have the unaware clef in the back, I agree.
Ooh, wait. Is that the first? Oh, Luring Voice had been shown. But it's a smart play if you're expecting another nasty plot there.
Well, you're faster.
Oh, I guess it is only that.
I think
turn.
the alluring voice is just for like
Yeah,
sub
it
Zygarde.
doesn't count for the previous turn. Which
That's pretty
honestly,
smart, actually.
yeah, it goes around a sub.
Yeah,
which is
and
good.
when they DD or coil or something, you get the confuse off.
Yeah,
Might even proc a Lumberry too if they're like
outrage.
trying to Chesto Resto, but with Lum.
Oh,
There's
yeah.
the heal too, so this is actually kind of bad.
Did get the heal. And Roost.
And the
Good as-
Roost.
Good as new. Hurricane's
he
not going to do
toxic?
much. It's
Nope.
resisted.
Yeah,
Gets the
Kilowattrel is actually a
confuse, though.
fairly sturdy Zapdos check.
Roosting on the confuse. Bold.
Ballsy.
And hurricaning on the confuse.
Hurricane-
Too. And
and
that
getting
was a
the high
roll.
roll.
Yeah, because the first one we did
Wow,
48.
that was a crazy. What are the odds of that? Very low.
Very low.
Volt
I
switch,
think Kilowattrel's...
EV investment here.
Imagine leaving the bird at 10%.
Yeah.
Which I guess you didn't really have an option, right? Like, like it's swapped out. 1,000 arrows. That does nothing to this clip. This is a very physical clip. Do you know it's unaware already?
Yeah,
you
because
do.
your Hydropple was plotted and it did like 30.
Right.
Yeah, so I mean the toxic is good for the unaware clef because then you could even just be
Good for
toxic
most
with
of the
DD or with coil.
Boy. That could be trouble for the Suicune if it needs to Terra Poison to get the toxic, because then you lose to
Yeah.
that Hydrapple.
Yeah, and it's running sub CM protect. Is that the set we've seen so far? So last move is just
Yeah, we
definitely.
have not seen the move. Could be Scald.
Does it have CM?
Yeah, I think we saw it.
Yeah, last move is definitely Scald. I mean, if it's Terra Blast, you're hard
There's the
walled,
Terra.
so-
So wait, so that
Okay.
Terra, that's because you're expecting the toxic at that point. So you force
Yeah.
that. Or wait. Or no.
Wait.
That was
No,
in
you
front
didn't
of
need
the
to Terra
Hydrapple.
that turn at all. Oh, he's trying to CM on the Giga Drain turn.
To heal up. But it doesn't even need to heal. I don't know. I feel like that doesn't win you that much. Double Iron Bash probably just goes through this.
Maybe
You
a
don't
slightly
resist it
mistimed
anymore.
Terra. Yeah.
Protect. They both protect.
Oh no, what kind of game are we in for here?
It's called Burn
What have you
immediately.
signed me up for?
It could be
No,
cloak.
burn.
This actually could be a covert cloak, Melm, for the Suicune.
Could be. No, it's lefties.
Never mind. Quake, yeah.
Oi, 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 interesting.
You're faster though. You click skull
And
again?
yeah, clicking tech would be tough here. Yeah,
Pretty tough. And now
that's
you are
tough.
faster. Dragon Dance on them? No.
Yeah, nah, you
That
you
might have
just
been
get
greedy.
Thousand Arrow into Oblivion.
Yeah.
There's just no switch.
Doesn't
And
do
honestly,
anything.
with the poison, this Clef is just gonna die too.
Yeah. I mean, it gets it. No, it doesn't. Yeah, it doesn't even take. It takes more than 19, yeah.
Big Urshi gets the Ice
Doesn't
Punch that
kill.
doesn't kill. Man, Zygarde is so
Toxic.
good. I need to draft this
Dude, he's
busted
so
mon more
toxic,
often.
bro. He's so toxic.
Every time I think about a ground type though that doesn't get rocks, I just kind of die inside a little. But man, Zygarde is so strong.
Yeah.
And every time I play against it too, I just get pissed off trying to build. It's such a pain in the ass. I am Zygarde. Penziska is Zygarde?
Holy shit. Panziska's
Oh,
Zygarde.
that's Scarf. Makes me think this is also Scarf? Nope. Crazy. Ironhead here? No Ironhead. I don't think... Oh, my god,
no!
that's insane. Okay, just gets the regen.
Freeze again.
Not gonna do much. Another SD!
Uh-oh. I mean, dude, it's frozen in
Punch?
front of
This
you.
toxic, though.
Oh my god,
Yeah, that doesn't do very much. And this... It's not gonna heal back very much. And this
Oh, I
toxic
guess
is
he's
chipping
toxic,
it down.
yeah. You do kind of just eventually lose that.
Yeah, honestly, this frozen Hydrapple just got a KO.
Crazy.
This is maybe a
Is it
time for
Mega?
Suicune to heal up. I think you needed to Scald there. Oh, but if you Scald, you thaw it. Might have been tough.
Yeah, but it doesn't resist you anymore. It might even just die.
Yeah, Suicune's pretty weak though without boosts. I think you had to CM
Yeah.
and hope that he's just like stays in and lets you boost and heal or something to live. But you're never living the side cut anyways. You
Yeah.
at like 40 if you end up like magically healing up that high.
And now you just stall this out with the toxic.
Yeah, this is just gonna Zapdos is gonna drop the toxic, and this is a masterclass from Chemfruit. I mean,
It's 6-0.
this is a truant game, and this felt like it was Chemfruit was always in a commanding lead. He creative and innovative,
really good
maybe
toxic
not
play.
innovative sets. I mean, yeah, the toxic on the Melm and the Zygarde were strong into the Zapdos and the Unaware Clef. He was prepped for the Terra Poison Suicune. Kilowattrel was used effectively in his Zapdos.
That was a loaded dice Garchomp, so this could have probably been very avoided if he rolled the 5 shots on the Kilowattrel. This thing's
Yeah,
dead.
actually true.
And it like kind of carried the game.
Yeah, but yeah, what a crazy 6-0. Like this didn't feel like a 6-0 until you
No.
look at the end of the game and you're, oh, wait, wow, yeah, you're right. Yeah, really, really well played from Chemfruit, and it wasn't even poorly played from C2 either.
No.
Like this 6-0 doesn't tell the full story.
Clear Amulet Urshi.
Clear Amulet Urshi, true. You have to run that move now that, or that item now that you don't get blue in
Yeah,
NBA.
your crits.
Yeah. I'm not sure what it was for. Let me
No,
double
what's
check
lowering your
Chemfruit's team.
stats? Is there
Let me
an
check here.
intern?
Chemfruit has Arcanine.
Yeah, just hit it with Wicked Blow. You just kind of ignore that drop, right? Yeah, just hit it with that.
True.
It's pretty easy.
And then you proc Justified and you're crying.
And then you proc broke the rules and you're banned.
Imagine they brought Justified in anticipation that Wicked get clicked. Like, I think they're going to break the
Is
rules
Justified just dark moves
Yep.
critting?
today. Well, just dark moves hitting.
Oh, hitting.
You get an
Well, then
attack
you
boost.
could bring that for any dark move, like the crunch.
Yeah, but are you really running... It doesn't... I don't think it even gets Crunch.
Who is it? Who gets
It's
it?
Darkest Lariat.
Who has the Justified? Is it Gallade?
No, Arcanine.
Oh.
Well, Gallade also, actually. I just forgot about that.
Yeah, I think it gets Justified like pre-Mega.
Yeah.
Interesting. Well, that was a good game.
Wait, oh, I saw I didn't see that it was the Samurott set. I thought that it was the Gallade set with, like, Choice Scarf Sharpness. I'm like, wait a minute. You can't
Oh,
run
yeah.
that. But no, it's Samurott. Yeah, crazy good game. And I mean, I think that's a really solid case for Kemfru wanting to be back up, and I don't blame him. I mean,
Yeah.
I know it's got to be frustrating to move down, but it takes a different kind of mentality, I think, to rather than kind of sink into like, oh, I did so bad, now I don't care, and I'm just gonna throw, as opposed to like, no, you think I'm bad, fine, I'm gonna step up and prove you that I'm not, right? So, I mean, kudos, that was really well played, and I think you should be proud of that game. And like, C2 is not a bad player, right? Obviously,
Yeah.
was in the Swarm division, and just, I mean, the way the cookie crumbles, sometimes people get demoted who are,
And they
like,
they were
still strong
both
players.
like top 8 when that match happened too. I mean, they still are, but like at the
Yeah. So let me
at
double
the
check that,
time, it
actually.
was Chem-Fruit would have been 5-1,
5-1.
and C2 would have been 4-2. So like that's like still like a big matchup
Yeah, actually, that's really
to
high.
come away from that. And really,
Yeah,
it actually it puts like this is the I guess a little bit jumping ahead, but it puts like C2 is now still in a playoff position, but you're now 4-3 -1 because of that 6-0.
If you're streaming,
I gotta
the
switch
doc,
over to
we
the
can't see
dock.
it.
Yeah.
We can. Well, do you want to just go to Truant right now since we're here, and then we
Yeah,
can
we might as
go
well.
back reverse to All Star?
Yeah, we can do that. So here's our truant dock. So this is what I was talking about, where that 6-0 puts you at -1, even though you have a positive win-loss.
Yeah, that's really unfortunate. That's going to be hard for C2 to come back from. I mean, not that he's in a playoff spot right now,
Yeah.
but
It depends
now
on
it's
what
almost like you
happens with
still
all
have
of
to win.
these. Yeah. You
Yeah.
definitely have to win. Like if
Yeah.
you lose, well, I guess
There's
these
a
people, if they
possibility
lose, they
that
also
the
technically
3
have a
and 4
worse DR. Or
players.
worse
Yeah.
diff.
So let's just say Bobo Zab is the only 3-4 player to win, and wins 1-0. Yeah, actually, then even if
You literally
even if
have to
C2, yeah, C2 has to win.
Well, no, Bobo's already in a playoff spot, though. So it doesn't actually take C2 out
Yeah,
of the
but if
playoffs.
Bobo is, for example, the only 3 and 4 player to win, which would be the best case scenario for C2.
Oh, that's the only way that you'd stay in, is what you're saying.
That would be the only way that he would stay clinched.
Right.
Yeah. So
Yeah, if he didn't
people
win.
if 2 people
And
and
Bobo's
2
playing
more
Elite
people end with 4
Biscuit.
wins, then he's out. Oh, I forgot. We actually have a couple little playoff write-ups.
Yeah, we can go
from-
through that.
From Goater 12, the noted.
This is more about like the
playoff
hype
guide.
meter for each of the divisions. So if you're ready to move on to that, we can.
Yeah,
I
sure.
was
I
going
can-
through
I
just
can
these
take the
because we had
Truant
talked
one.
about the other ones a little bit. Just kind of
Yeah,
flip that
so
over.
this is the Truant playoff rundown. This is from Goater. I'm just going to read it verbatim. But he, in these little rundowns, he's got one for every division. He's been really busy this week. He's actually getting married Friday. So early congrats to Goater for that. But that's kind of why he couldn't
Or
make up
early.
the,
I'm
the
sorry
doc.
that happened at your wedding.
True. That
Just
would
got
really
to be
suck.
prepared for both things.
True. But yeah, that's why he didn't get around to making those old docs that we all love of like showing all of the different passages and stuff. So he's kind of just done some highlights of like what are the hype things, like hype matchups. He goes through the matchups one by one. And yeah, I'll just read that out right now. So this is from him.
And just
He
to
says-
confirm, no Week 8 matchups have been. I mean, aside from Harry and Swarm, who played it early, nobody else has played yet this week, right?
There might be some played, but there's none recorded right now.
Okay.
Let me check if any are played in Truant. There is one that was played on Monday.
Okay. And that was for Week 8?
That was a Week 8 battle, yes. Okay. It was Elite Biscuit versus Bobo Zab.
Oh, that was one of the ones that we were talking about then.
Yes.
Or at least the
Let me
outcome of
just
Bobo Zab.
see what happened here. So I'm just going to spoil it. Elite Biscuit won.
Oh, wow.
3-0. So I think that eliminates Bobo from playoffs.
Can anyone get in with 5 losses? Probably not. Unless
It
every 3-4 person loses.
It might be technically possible, yeah. If every 3-4 player.
Because he has the
yeah.
best diff, so if every 3-4 person lost, then he could. But I don't know who
Yes.
they all play. Like, they might play each other.
Well, he
Well, I
doesn't
guess
have the
we'll
best diff anymore. Because he just lost. He's 3-5 -4.
No, I'm saying that before this week he has the best diff. So if everyone loses the same as him or worse, then he maintains his spot. But yeah, they could also lose but with a better diff. But really,
well, if
-3?
Stormtide even just loses -1, then
Yeah,
Bobo and
but that's still a
Stormtide
pretty
would be
low
tied.
margin though.
Yeah.
But either way, I guess we'll see. Is that in the write-up? I think he wrote it after that match happened. Because I don't.
Oh no,
yeah, he did. He did. He says, yeah. Okay, all right. If you want to just read it, yeah.
Yeah, I haven't actually read ahead of these. There's a lot here. So, from Gooder 12, many players locked into the top and players eliminated at the bottom, with Chemfruit, Major Comeback, Greg, Falx, and Lilia being locked, and Rosie, Roy, Sumanth, PF, and Biscuit being eliminated. The Bobozab game already happened, so I will do this rundown with that in mind. At 4 and 3, we have Lilia, Neon, and C. Lilia is locked in due to diff and strength of schedule being so high. No person outside of a playoff spot right now can pass her.
I guess that's possible.
Neon,
yeah, that's true. It's
Neon
better
and
than a
C2.
6-0.
Neon and C2 will lock with a win. A loss puts them at risk, especially C2 since they're playing Jackie, who would tie them with a loss. If Jackie can keep 2 Pokemon alive, they would pass C2 outright, regardless of how the Hive Mind, Neon, and at 3 and 4, we did have Bobozab in 8th, but he lost to Biscuit this week. So they have to hope that every other 3 and 4 coach loses for them to make play. A Stormtide 0-1 loss.
Right. Yeah, you mentioned that.
Yeah. It looks like maybe that would eliminate him because Stormtide has better strength of schedule. But I haven't looked
yeah, because that'll be an exact tie.
Yeah.
Well, do they have a head-to-head? Does the head-to-head come before strength of schedule?
Head-to-head doesn't actually. It is not a factor.
I guess because you don't play everyone.
Yeah. This means that we are likely going to see a differential matters between who can nab a win between Stormtide, Jackie, and Damu. So this is now, he's got a playoff hype meter. So Major Comeback versus Lilia, these are all 1 out of 5. This is a 1 out of 5 on the hype scale. A battle between 2 locked coaches shouldn't be too interesting, but this could be a potential first round matchup. Major Comeback is also tied with Chemfruit for first, so they do have that to play. PF versus Rosie. Both coaches are eliminated from playoff contention. Nothing on the line there, so not very hype. Chemfruit versus Damu. We have Chemfruit battling for first place, and we also have Damu fighting for playoff life. Damu has the most ground to make up for with differential, so they'll have to have a big win to be relevant next week, as in this week. If they had a higher diff, I would rate this match myself. Now we're getting into some pretty hype matchups. This is Stormtide and the Hive Mind versus Sumanth out of 4 out of 5. Stormtide's currently in a playoff position, which is wild. Yeah, kind of crazy actually that the Hive Mind is in a playoff.
Yeah.
But that's only based on the Bobozab loss. So, so moving Bobo down would put Stormtide. Yeah. A normal 1-0 win would guarantee that Stormtide passes one of Jackie or C2, meaning that only one person, or the only one person they would then have to be afraid of is Damu win big. A win and a Damu loss, or big Neon loss would keep the Hive Mind experiment alive for a week. C2 versus Jackie is a 5 out of 5 on the hype scale. This could be a sudden death match in the making. Both coaches are close enough in diff that most C2 losses would give their playoff spot up to Jackie. Jackie needs the win to move on, and a 2-0 or better victory makes those odds really. A 1-0 victory means they will need much more help from the other non-lock. If C2 loses and they're not eliminated, if C2 loses, they're not eliminated if no other 3-4 coach seizes the opportunity and passes C2 on differential, which will be -2 or worse. And next up we have Neon versus Falk. It is a 3 out of 5. Falk is locked in, and Neon has the best chance among coaches who are not yet locked in the playoff spot. However, best chances are still not too safe if Neon doesn't lock up his playoff spot with a win this week. And finally, we have Roy Ace versus Greg at 0.5 out of 5. Roy is eliminated, and Greg has a long shot to make for the first seed, but it would be pretty climactic if Greg managed to pull it off.
So that's only
possible
if Greg 6-0s and he'd be at +14, and then, well, I guess that's not like the only outcome, but like Chemfruit and Major Comeback would both have to lose by like 4 or higher for a 6-0 Greg to get in, and
No,
then vice versa.
if both of them lose, Greg just gets in automatically because he'd be the only 7-1.
Oh, right. True. I was just looking at diff.
Yeah. If either Chem or Comeback wins at all, Greg can't pass any of them on diff. Yeah.
Well, who are Chemfruit and Major Comeback playing? I'm sure we just talked at some point. Or did they play each other?
Probably did.
Or no, they don't play each other. Major Comeback plays Lilia, who's also in a playoff spot.
And Chemfruit plays Damu.
And Damu's trying to win.
Damu's fighting for his spot, and Chemfruit is fighting for first.
It's possible they both lose.
Yeah, it is, for sure.
All right, well, I can read down Swarm if you want.
Sweet. Yeah, do you want to take like a little preemptive look through, like comb through here for what we noticed? So we still see Penziska at 7-0. I mean, that's really good. I think Penziska might be the only undefeated wow, what am I saying? Player right now. Sorry, I forgot that Riceman. Yeah, I forgot that Riceman is also 7-0, but yeah, it's just those two left. Because even Viaz lost this week as well, so or last week rather. No, this week.
So our locked-in people are all of these because they can't get 4 losses.
Yeah, I think it would be Fairs to Penziska are safe.
Yeah. Yeah, these diffs are not very high.
Yeah, we have a +1, a +4. I mean, +4 is fine, but the +1 is pretty low.
Yeah.
We also have Pabby at +1. This wouldn't be an NBA stream without us talking about Pabby's high diff making a big difference.
Yeah, but you know what? Stella's 3-4 +4, which is just better.
True.
Which is more impressive and worth talking about.
True.
So take that, Pabby.
Okay, let's take a look at some of these GOAT 12 GOAT write-ups.
All right. So, what's that? So I can read it. So this is just the kind of preface here. So Pan is locked into 1 seed, and Gooder says, "I'm a proud mentor." So that's a mentor combo. I didn't know that.
Let's go. I forgot.
DJ's the 2 seed unless Mudkip 6-0s. Again, DJ's already played all this games, so we know exactly where he landed. And then Mudkip and Fairs are locked into playoffs, but could finish anywhere from 3rd to 6th. And Mudkip could technically get 2nd with the 6-0. 9 coaches are fighting for the last 4 spots. Lukey and Metro have the 4-3 advantage over the others. Lukey may be fine with a loss, but Metro probably needs a win because their diff is pretty close to the 3-4 pack. True. 3-4 coaches fighting for a spot are listed here. So for the match meter, every coach in the spot wants another 3-4 coach to lose. So that is Stella, Pabby, Slingshot, Atlas, Mazda, Dave Grigger, and Akan.
Wow.
And Tony, Corey, and Sky Knight are all eliminated already.
Sad.
There's 6 losses.
Yeah, sad to see. And man,
Sad
Tony was just promoted too.
Yeah.
Unfortunate. We'll see how things boil over into next season, but yeah, being the first ones eliminated is not a great look for next season's division retention, I guess, if you want to call it that.
To be fair, one of Tony's was played early. I wonder if no, he lost the last couple. So, well, actually, no. So if he hadn't played that early, he would actually still be. He would be 4-4 right now, or was it 5? Not 4. Sorry.
Tony's 2 and 6.
Tony would be 2 and he would be 2 and 5.
Yeah.
So he would be better than these ones. Yeah, still limited. But I'm saying he would be better than these guys who wouldn't know the outcome of this yet.
Yeah.
2 and 6. But anyway, so these ratings are only, it looks like, for those 4-3 teams, basically, like the ones that involve them. So we have Fairs versus Slingshot as a 4 out of 5. He says Fairs is locked into playoffs and is only playing for seeding. A win will send him to the top 4, and a loss, which means you're playing somebody in the bottom 4 seeds, which is generally better. And a loss could drop him anywhere from 3 to 6. Slingshot is currently in 9th place, behind Pabby by 4 diff, and is tied strength of schedule, meaning every other game could affect this playoff race for them.
Wow.
Pabby needs to win big or hope that Pabby wins small. Wait, I think that's supposed to be Slingshot needs to win big or hope that Pabby wins small. for there to be a race there if they both win. Not to mention the 4-3 coaches could potentially dip behind Slingshot as well if they lose by enough. So that's like Metro and Stella.
Yeah.
Or, I mean Metro and Luki. So that's Fairs and Slingshot. So pretty big, but it sounds like a lot of the other games matter more than their own matchup here.
Yeah, so, it's like the matchup or the other matchups only matter, I guess, if Slingshot wins.
Yeah. Because
but
you're like on that cusp spot
that
where it's like if you win, you're just in, but like you still have ways to get in by losing depending on how these other games go. So still, easiest path to victory is just win big, right? Next up, we have Dave versus Pabby, which is a 5 out of 5 because they're both kind of side by side with the same record there. Not side by side, they're actually separated by literally 4 or 5 people total. I mean, I guess 3 between them. Well, still having the same record, which is kind of crazy. And so this is what Goder says. So he says it's a 3-4 battle. Loser goes home, and winner has a shot at playing next week. Pabby is the second highest in differential among the 3-4 coaches, so a win does great things for them and probably locks them in the playoffs. I think that does lock them in the playoffs, right? Like, unless I guess he's only +1, so it doesn't.
You would end up at 4-4 +2. If Stella and Slingshot win,
yeah, they
then could Slingshot could pass.
Yeah, so you would
or
have
maybe
to be
tie
like,
at least.
You'd have to win +3 or better, right, to guarantee that they can't pass you. Yeah.
Yep.
So just a pretty average win would be locking in. So let's see, where did I leave off? So probably locks in the playoffs unless you see huge wins from the other coaches chasing. Dave is sitting at -7, which hurts him a lot in the race. Facing a direct competitor makes it a little easier to bear, as a 4-0 would kill 2 birds with 1 stone. And tie Pabby, which strength schedule goes to Dave. If that doesn't happen, then Davy's next best shot is a big Metro Shock loss, which is always a possibility, with the other 3-4 coaches not converting. So Davy is also kind of looking at what other people are doing and kind of has to hope.
Yeah, it matters a lot more for Dave.
Yeah. But that being said, like, I mean, Goder makes a good point where like you are taking out one of the playoff spots if you win. So then you're really just you would want a solid win either way, but then it makes it easier for you to just kind of like hope that the other people that are tied down the same record.
True.
So that just to keep track, that is one matchup so far that is among the 3-4 people. So the first one was not. This one is. Next one is Metro versus Stella, which based on the ratings sounds similar. So Metro's 4-3, but still very much in that race with only a +1. So we have, speaking of Metro, we have another game with huge implications here, as both of these coaches have win and in scenarios. Metro due to her record, and Stella due to her differential, and knocking Metro below her with a win. So yes, and Stella already has a better diff. Beating Metro just passes Metro. It's just guaranteed. Not to say that they can't both get in, but Stella guaranteed passes Metro with a win. If Stella loses, the best she can come in is 8th due to the one battle we have this week between 3-4 coaches. Okay, so that spoils it. Okay, so there is only one battle that is actually head-to-head between the 3-4 coaches, and that is Davy versus Pabby. So that means she will have to hope for losses. Yeah, everyone can lose, except for one of these two will win.
Yeah.
Yeah. But I'm saying like all those possibilities where it's like, oh, but I hope everyone else loses is actually possible for the most part.
Yeah,
at least in terms of freeing up a playoff spot, because there will be only one guaranteed 3-4 that wins, and right now 3-4 is still 7th place. So there will be a spot if everybody loses still. So that gives anyone hope that you can still get in with a loss. So from there, let's see. So this means you'll have to hope for losses from every other 3-4 coach fighting for a playoff spot. If this happens, she probably does make it due to her high diff. Metro may be a little safer with a loss, but not by much. 7th or 8th is the highest finish for them, unless Luki gets thrashed. If that doesn't happen, 4-4 without a positive differential is no place I'd like to be with so many coaches within range. So yeah, that's true.
Yeah,
any loss, except for the crazy rare tie, puts you exactly at 4-4 differential +0 at best. So that's why it's like you kind of have to treat Metro like one of these 3-4 players at this point, since they're not playing each other for the most part, or at least in the context of teams that are playing each other, because her losing to Stella is like just as important as Pappy losing to Davy in a lot of ways, because Stella automatically passes you there. And it still like relies a lot on the outcome of these other games. So next up, so that was a 5 out of 5 for Metro and Stella. And next up is 4 out of 5 for Sky Knight versus Atlas and Mazda versus Corey. So these two are both 4 to 5. And Goder says both these games are pretty much the same situation. Atlas has a higher diff, but Mazda is behind by 1 with the higher strength of schedule. 2 coaches on the rim of the playoff picture versus the 2 bottom coaches in the league who like memes and with nothing to play for is okay. The 2 bottom coaches in the league who like memes and with nothing to play for is scary if you're a coach that ends up needing this game to go a certain way. That is true. You don't want to be relying on the super volatile matchups with like the funny meme teams versus like top matchups that don't matter. Atlas and Mazda both need a decent win and somehow via other playoff hopeful coaches to lose to ensure a spot in Swarm playoffs. I don't think either of them could have drew a better matchup, however. If our 1-6 coaches take this match seriously, playing against someone with nothing to lose is terrifying, and they should not underestimate their opponents. And we kind of saw that in Truant, right? Where Bobo, who is in a playoff spot, played against Elite Biscuit, who is 1-6, and really, I mean, we've talked about Elite Biscuit being new to Pokemon in general. Like, if you're Bobo, that's a matchup you want, right? And like, no offense to Elite Biscuit, sure. So to drop that is pretty impactful in this case, and so you can't write it. And these are not people who are new to Pokemon either, right? Like, these are people who like we're surprised they're 1-6. They could get the win, right? I'm assuming that's the 2 that he's talking about that are at the bottom. Yeah, because he's saying Skyline Atlas and Mazda and Corey. Yeah, so Corey and Skyline down here. So anyway, so the reason that they're hype is less for these people that are playing as much. I guess Mazda does matter. But it's also like it has a ton of implications for everyone else that you can't write off these matchups.
Yeah, a lot of moving parts for a lot of matchups here.
Yeah. So next up is Lukey versus Mudkip. That's 3 out of 5. Which is Mudkip is playoff bound and still likely the 3rd seed with a win, so they will not be playing for much. Lukey, on the other hand, still has yet to lock in a playoff spot, but is in the best position to do so amongst the coaches who have yet to clinch, so of those 4-3s and 3-4s. Lukey with a win will make it. A close loss will also likely be enough. A big loss paired with big wins from the 3-4 coaches is the only way we don't see Lukey next week. Which means that Lukey dies in real life. We will not see Lukey. No. Yeah, if that happens. So if you enjoy Lukey's company, you better hope for at least a decent win here, or else Lukey will die. Hell. Next up, that's only 3 out of 5 hype, by the way. Life is literally on the line. The last one here is Panziska versus Akant, which is 2 out of 5. Although alive, Akant is really far away diff-wise, so they need a huge dub to play next week. Pan is locked in at first, but could be playing for the 8-0 record, which is understandable. If you're already undefeated, you want to go for that undefeated record more than maybe somebody else is like in a locked-in position. Yeah, and so they ran out of characters, but Swarm has some hype matchups in this season. That's fine. There's not really much else to say for Pan versus Akant. Akant being the lowest differential for all of the 3-4s, and Pan being somebody who's probably going to be going for that 8-0. So that is our analysis there. Yeah,
there we go. Let's take one more little scan across here. I just want to take a look, see. Yeah, I mean, is there anybody we're surprised to see anywhere? I'm still surprised to see Corey solo. I know I've talked about that a lot.
Yeah.
Surprised to see Akant solo. I know that he's mostly a double player, but I don't know. I still thought they'd be doing well. And honestly, 3-4, you're barely out of a playoff spot. It's not even like that low. Anybody from 7th down to like 13th, yeah.
Which it's can happen for any number of reasons.
Yeah. I guess it's hard to comment then on anybody who's kind of right in the 4-3, 3-4 is going to be most of the players. DJ Red Lantern really surprised me this. And
he really
as I've mentioned about Mudkip,
after that first game where I forgot the turret.
True. I know I've talked about Mudkip a lot too, but yeah, seeing him up near the top is great.
Yeah.
And
Fairs as
if
well.
I'm
Fairs.
yeah,
Did Fairs
Fairs.
have a good start? I feel like. No, he did. Okay.
Yeah.
For some reason, I thought we were talking about Fairs being like, oh, Fairs isn't doing so well this season, but he did. I guess he was 2-2 at one point. He
Yeah.
won one, lost, but then he won out of the rest. So,
Yeah, he's
so
been
that
on
makes
fire
sense. We
lately.
probably were talking about him being like kind of like in the middle. But
Yeah.
no, like I'm not surprised to see him up here. I was just kind of like, oh, I didn't realize he jumped up.
Yeah, it's mostly honestly just Panziska. I don't remember the last time we've had an Swarm player end of the division. So yeah, this will be hype. Might be able to make history, and the golden road is still open. Where if you 8-0 and then win the whole season, I mean, you go 11-0. I think we've only had Zap do that in our very first Hustle season. I don't think that's happened. So yeah.
All right.
We'll
Do
be
you
on
want to
Road Watch?
Do you want to read through the Hustle one?
Yeah, I'll take this. Quickly, before I do that, we do see, Vyaz did lose, actually played his Week 8 game already, and it was Blim's first feint, as well as just
really?
Vyaz's first loss. So, yeah, that may be a little bit of a spoiler for our Week 8 review, but, I mean, it's already up on the sheet, so whatever. And what else do we have? Royce Snover, once again, topping. I know that he always counts out and like is dreading the All-Star promotion, but the allegations, man, there's allegations against Royce about being a good player, and it may catch up to him soon. We see Afonso in a good spot. We see Lethal. I forget how Lethal did in his couple games since taking over. Let me double check here.
It was pretty good. He had the Terror Rhyperior. I know he won the replay that we watched.
Yep, he won last week, and I don't remember. Or sorry, he won week 6, and I don't remember how he
So
did.
he just lost week 7, but he won week 5 and 6. Or did he take over week 5, or was it week 6? Was week 6 his first game?
Week 5 was his first game, so he's 2-1 right
so
now.
He
in
did win,
Hustle.
yeah. He did win 2.
Or wait, no, he also played Glum, so he's.
Well, Glum was.
Or
week
sorry,
5.
yeah, Glum was week 5. Yeah, so he played Glum and Matayoshi and finally.
So he's 2-1.
I mean, it's been a great showing from him. I know that
keeping
he's been
them
like,
in a playoff spot, right? Like that's.
Yeah.
Those 2 wins
Yeah, and
matter
he's also been in lower divisions for quite a while. So getting these wins over higher seeded players is definitely good for any run he wants to have for trying or playing in a higher division as well, especially with his brother. I know that he would want to be around to play Leezy again. So since they've been separated, since Leezy won Swarm and in the same, yeah, true. Well, Leezy winning Swarm in the same, it might have been, I think, the same season that Leezy have the time. I mean,
you cut out a little bit there. You said at the same time as Lethal, and then I didn't hear anything.
I'm pretty sure it was at the same time that Lethal got demoted to Truant. Was the season that Leezy won Swarm.
Went separate ways.
Yeah, they made a really big separation between them that season, and it's taken Lethal a while to get back from that. So hopefully he's able to come back. We see Afonso in a winning spot, not locked, but Leezy locked, Kurumi locked, Royce locked, Vyaz locked, and a lot of 3-4s. Unfortunately, Kai Guy we did have to replace this week because he missed 3 weeks in a row and has still not been responding. So yeah, we haven't put it in yet. We're just gonna leave it as Kai Guy. We had brother options, if you remember him. Come in and play the game against Kurumi.
Oh, did it already happen? Is that?
Yep, it already happened. Week 8 game already happened. Yeah, but since it's not on the standings, I won't talk about it.
Yeah, it's not right.
Unfortunately, Drix and Drightwake and also Matayoshi haven't had this, but everybody else is still in contention.
Matayoshi just can't win if he's not like feasting on you.
I know, specifically me. Okay, let me take a look at Goater's GOAT write-up. Hustle Division. Where is it?
It's like, I think it's the first one he did.
It's up
or
a
no,
while.
it's after All-Star.
Okay. Hustle playoff rundown. Vyaz is guaranteed first place. Royce and Kurumi are locked, both of which can finish anywhere from 2nd to 6th. Unclinched spots. 4-4 is the requirement for playoff spots because we have 2 matches between 3-4 coaches. At 4-3, we have Afonso, Lethal, and Leezy. Afonso and Lethal have really good differentials, so they lock with 3 and 2 KOs respectively. Leezy at +1 needs a win. A loss means to hope that the game was close, that the four coaches will tie with or behind his differential. But because of the way the schedule works out, it's actually pretty good odds. We have a 7th through 10th. We actually have 7th through 10th playing each other this week. Oh, so like 7th, 8th, 9th, and 10th have 2 matches playing each other. Wow. Meaning that our 2 remaining spots will likely be the winners of these games.
Lee's 5-3. Did that already get updated?
So yeah, Lee versus Viaz was already updated. So yeah, I guess that was
okay.
So with
that win,
if
he loses, he's still 5-4. How does that work?
Yeah, yeah. Sorry, with that win, Leezy did clinch, but Goder sent this to us a couple days ago, so it wasn't up to date with that yet. But yeah, so between Martin, Glum, Strange Name, and Luke Nukem, we have 2 battles among them. I know that Glum and Luke just played, so I think Glum will play one of Martin and Strange Name, and Luke will play the other. Do or die time for the 4 of them. Eager and Kung Fu Panda are 3 and 4 and are still alive, but because of the above situation, making playoffs will be very difficult. Both need to have huge wins and have to hope for a huge loss from Lee, which didn't happen, or the 3 and 4s who are playing each other. Lee makes playoffs if a bunch of things, it doesn't matter, because Matayoshi, Drightwake, and Drix and the Ghost of Kai Guy are all eliminated from playoffs. Matchup playoff meter. Drix versus Kung Fu Panda is a 1 out of 5.
Low
Drix,
hype numbers.
yeah, not very much hype here. Honestly, because the 7, 8, 9, and 10 are all playing for those last spots, it's unlikely that anything else really matters.
Yeah.
Right? So Drix versus Kung Fu, 1 out of 5. Drix is eliminated, and Kung Fu is barely holding on. Kung Fu needs a bunch of other things that are outside control to happen. But if it does happen, then it makes the rest of playoff relevant matchups a lot spicier. Matayoshi versus Drightwake, 0 impact on playoffs, except for maybe a strength of schedule tiebreaker, but other than that,
that's true.
Very,
I guess
very
technically
minimal.
every game could have a strength of schedule tiebreaker.
Yeah, exactly. Lee versus Viaz was considered a 2 out of 5. Viaz was already locked, and Lee had good chances, but he already won, so we already know how that happens. Kurumi versus Kai Guy, 0 out of 5. Although this is technically relevant for Kurumi's seeding, both these coaches are locked on their side of the playoff line, so it's not really at all interesting. And it did happen, because we subbed him in with brother option.
We had brother options. We had some options.
Yeah. Lethal Blue versus Afonso. Super important match between 4th and 5th. The winner locks playoffs, and the loser falls to 4 and 4 for their fate to be decided by differential. Both these coaches have good diff, so if this game is even a little close, then both coaches will make it to playoffs regardless of the outcome. Note that Afonso already has really bad SOS. Every other SOS tiebreak. I'm pretty sure this game already happened as well.
Okay. I was going to say, while we were talking about the diff there, I just wanted to point out that Lethal Blue has a better diff than 3rd place, who is 5-2.
True.
And I guess this diff... Lee must have had a really bad diff. If he's 5-3 plus 3 after that. And Lethal's still higher at that, plus 7. And then Afonso's tied with Kurumi. So does that mean that Kurumi just has I guess Kurumi just has a really bad diff for 5-2.
Maybe. 6. So since the fact that Lethal's and Afonso's like win or loss against each other, like that win or loss doesn't matter. If their differential is close, they both make it. I will reveal to you that their game was close. I just won't tell you who won. So both of them are actually locked for playoffs now.
Oh wow.
Which has high implications. I believe that might spot from everybody else. But regardless, we have next up is Martin versus Luke. 5 out of 5 on the playoff hype meter. The winner has a really good chance of making playoffs, and the loser has their season end. Martin wins and is in. Luke can still be passed if the differential is low.
Yeah.
We also have Glum versus Strange Name at another 5 out of 5.
Also, yeah, right neck and neck.
Same as above. Yeah, the winner probably moves on and the loser goes home. Glum needs at least a 2-0 to technically lock, where Strange Name has the same differential as Luke, but he has higher differential. So if Strange ties, then Strange
higher strength of schedule.
Yeah. So yeah, Strange Name has the higher SOS than Luke. So if they tie, then Strange Name will still win based on that on that tiebreaker. Finally, we have Eager versus Royce. Is a 2 out of 5. Royce is locked in the. Royce is already locked in, and Eager needs a huge win and a lot of help to even think about making playoffs. Similar in hype to Drix versus Kung Fu Panda, but a little bit of extra hype given that a playoff spot for a PGP member is on the line. True. So it would be great if all the PGP members made.
This ends up being more favorable for Eager than it was in the situation with Panziska, because Royce is in that kind of spot where it's like, you're in, but you're also not really like your seed is so up in the air based on like everything else that happens. You don't really care a whole lot between being 5-3 and 6-2, like, because you're probably still going to be in these top couple seeds.
Yeah.
You're not getting first seed. You're not going for the 8-0. Your diff is pretty average. I think that this is a case where you might be feeling a little better about playing one of the guys who are kind of like, this is my break week between, before I have to play serious again, But sometimes that's a curse, right? That you play against the person who doesn't care, and then you have no clue how to read them during the match, or like they bring a set that you just didn't expect. But yeah, I just want to say I think that ends up being a little bit better for Eager than it would be for playing against somebody who's like has a little more to, like, even a little bit to play for. I really don't even think Royce has anything to play for right now. He's kind of just where he is.
Yeah, like he could, I guess, technically end anywhere from 2nd to 5th right now, since Lethal and Afonso play each other, right?
But the difference between finishing 4th and 5th is also kind of the same, right? Because you switching with
being 4th doesn't matter as opposed to 5th, but being 2nd and 3rd does. So
yeah.
Yep.
All right. Anything else on this one before we?
That was it for there. Let's take a look just as a little overview. Yeah, a little sad to see Kaigai kind of petter out. Drix definitely, after having a bit of a tryout in Hustle last season, was probably a little overconfident. Didn't get the team, I think, the draft that he wanted. Wasn't too happy with that. Drightwake, I actually thought Drightwake was going to do pretty well, but we see 2-5. Oh, I guess we haven't really been on PWC watch. We have Drightwake, Kung Fu Panda, and Vyaz. Right? Vyaz has been owning. But yeah, Drite and Kung Fu. Kung Fu is still fighting for a playoff spot, technically, as we mentioned. I don't think Drightwake is possible, so.
No, I don't think it is. We know that 4-4 is the cutoff, and he has 5 losses.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
So.
Okay.
All right.
Yeah, there we go. Let's move on, and we've got one more little write-up from Go to 12. All-Star Division. We do have the 7-0 Rice Man, and nobody else is even close. There's nobody who's 6-1 at all. So
yeah.
The Golden Road is still open for Rice Man, who could just win out the season and win playoffs too. So let's keep an eye out for that. We do have Zeb, Skyhops, Impulse, and Tranel, all at 2 and 5. They're definitely eliminated.
Yeah.
Although I remember Skyhop. Oh no, Skyhop said that his playoffs were dead. Yeah, unfortunate.
After last week.
I think he was saying they're dead now because there might have been technically a way where a 5-loss player made it in.
Maybe 2-4 before last week.
Eager doesn't know what's coming. Uh-oh. There's a lot of people once again in playoff contention here. Monkey Boy at plus 12 diff at 4-3.
That's great.
He has the 3rd highest diff with only one more win than loss. That's like unprecedented.
The 2-4-3 one of them's plus 12, one's plus 1. And then 3-4 plus 8, and then jumps down to minus 4 downward for the other. How do you have a plus 8 with a negative win loss?
And that's funny because in other divisions we have 4-3s who are like negative.
Well, you know how this happens. That we have 2 of them like this. It's less of this plus 8 being crazy. It's that these are really low diffs because they probably got 6-0'd in some of these games. But.
Yeah, that's true. Okay, let's hear what Goder had to say.
Oh yeah, I can read through this one. So yeah, I was like, hey, I guess we're all today. Rice Man, he spelled it Rice Man. Isn't it supposed to be like R1C3?
R1C3PO.
We need elite speak Rice Man. This is not the Rice
Yeah,
Man.
yeah, yeah.
Well, anyway, he's guaranteed first, unsurprisingly. Monkey Boy, Zard, and Jortson are all locked, which I guess Monkey Boy, record-wise, wouldn't be, but diff-wise is.
I guess that means that Siderius is locked too, then, right?
Yeah, I said that. Monkey Boy, Zard, Siderius, and Jortson.
Oh, I didn't hear you say.
Did I not say it? Maybe I didn't say it.
I thought you just said 3. No, that's okay.
The next one says the 3 remaining spots. I don't know if I started saying that, but either way,
okay.
most of these coaches can fall between 2nd or 3rd and 5th, 6th, or 7th. The 3 remaining spots are a lot of fun for us as spectators.
Haha, not for them. It will probably be stressful.
For Azzy and Gensuzu, they get in with a win, and both are probably eliminated with a loss. Azzy can still make it if he keeps it close. Camel and Gensuzu play each other, so we know that at least 7 of the coaches will finish with 4 wins, making it an on 3 and 5 is still possible, but requires Banhara, Matt, Zap, and Shark, Polito, to all lose. This means Impulse and Skyhops are still alive, but I guess maybe that's the game that happened that Skyhops is talking about?
Yeah, let me double check.
Like one of those didn't happen.
Which game happened
the correct way?
Well, no games have happened yet this week, so
Nothing was played early.
I don't think so.
All right, Skyhops, you still have a chance, technically. Unless, did he write this before all of week 7 finished?
No, he wrote this on Monday.
Oh, he did.
And I don't think there were more games. The last game submitted was on the 13th, which was Sunday.
Yeah. Okay, well, either way, so Skyhops, you're still alive, apparently.
Yeah.
Unlike Lukey, if he loses, he's dead.
That's only 3 out of 5, by the way.
3 out of... What is?
The Lukey life or death match.
Oh, yeah,
is a 3 out of 5
yeah. I was looking at the 3-5 records here, and I was like, wait a minute, it's 3 out of 5. Yeah, and so if one of those four coaches wins, then a 3-5 finish means elimination. So one of those 4 being Banhara over Matt, Zap, or Pluto. The extremely close differentials of our 3-4 coaches, Banhara, Zap, Matt, and even Shark, means that the chances of a tiebreaker beyond differential coming into play is high, so we need to keep an eye on that. Zeb is mathematically eliminated because Impulse plays Shark, and one of them will finish better than Zeb's best finish. That's crazy that if not for that specific like condition, though, that everybody technically, like, record-wise could still get in.
3 and 5 minus 10, though? I feel like that's impossible to...
That probably would have been impossible either way.
Oh, no. Maybe Banhara losing so would tie them with Zeb?
For strength of schedule?
If everybody... Yeah, and it would go to SOS.
It is still crazy either way.
If, like, everybody else lost.
That the 16th place player, if not for this specific matchup that has to happen, meaning that he's mathematically eliminated, that it was still possible at the end of the season. The person in 16th had a record that could have technically been in the playoffs. Which goes to show the quality of All-Star just in general.
Is Impulse versus Tranel... That was the matchup that is happening, right?
That's
Impulse
what he's saying is Impulse plays Shark.
Oh, Polito, okay.
And one of them will finish better than Zeb's finish. So
does that mean that
guaranteed.
Does that mean that none of the other contending players are playing each other? I guess not.
Maybe not.
So we basically just have the top of the division versus the bottom division? The bottom of the division?
Yeah. Who you got? Crew battle. Top
8
versus bottom 8.
But yeah,
because one of these two will end up 3 and 5 with a better diff than Zeb, means that that last slot at worst will go to one of them. Because Gensuzu
like
plus
Skyhops
8.
Could 6
like that's like really the big reason is that Gensuzu is plus 8. If Gensuzu were closer in diff to Banhara, then there's 2 slots. Theoretically.
True. Man, I'm excited to see, maybe now that Skyhops knows that he's alive, he could come up with some like super saucy ways of getting a 6-0 and sash this and then switch out and then sash this.
It's against Sid, who has a very fat team, which would make it hard to get a 6-0, but it also means that maybe you have like the perfect passive Manda set up in front of him. I don't know.
I'm pretty sure Sid got 6-0'd week 1.
Yeah,
Let me double check here.
I think he also changed the team a little bit. He had a lot of like defensive overlap originally.
Yeah, he got 6-0'd by Monkey Boy's Kartana.
Damn.
But
Maybe,
I mean,
maybe
it was
a
also
trade
kind
is
of,
in order.
it was Stall versus Annihilate. I don't know how you do.
Yeah, it's not great for Sid. But anyway, let's go through the ratings here. So the playoff
Yeah, what do we got?
hype. We have Rice Man versus Monkey Boys at 2 out of 5, and that's because both of these coaches are locked, so only Monkey Boys' seeding is on the line. But a matchup between our two most successful PGP coaches is hype. Even if they don't reveal sets they are saving for playoffs, we could see a fun battle. And sometimes those are more fun, where it's like you bring the spice, but not the spice. Monkey Boy versus Rice Man.
Yeah.
I guess it's hype because
Yeah,
it goes for Rice Man getting the 8-0. That's another thing that's going on here.
Yeah, also true.
So that could be similar to the Panzeska situation, where it's like maybe we don't see like a full-on meme team from Rice Man if he wants to go for that 8-0. But how much does he value that like over revealing playoff sets against another playoff player?
Well, if he's anything like me, though, he would like just beating Monkey Boy.
We all love beating Monkey Boy. I've beaten him like 7 times. Every time that we fought, I beat him.
Wait.
Badly.
We're talking about the same thing here?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
You're talking about like in Detroit, or where we like
Yeah.
beat on the street.
Yeah. Yeah, for sure.
Okay, yeah, just confirming. Next up, we have Jortson versus Banhara, not in Detroit. This one's a Pokemon Draft match. And this is rated 4 out of 5 hype. If it were in Detroit, probably 5 out of 5. But because it's not, so new Jortson roster. He says new asterisk Jortson roster. I don't know what that means.
I think maybe he made some trades.
Free agency, I guess?
Yeah, right before the deadline.
Interesting. Anyway.
Yeah, he traded, I have it up here. He dropped Stoutland, Clefable, Morpeko, Magmar, and Eldegoss.
Well, I hate that team. He got rid of Clefable and Morpeko.
Yeah, that's awesome. And Magmar, thank God. For Terra Bellybolt, Sylveon, Arboliva, and Cryogonal.
That's interesting. Did he need like better hazard control?
Possibly.
I guess the Morpeko to Cryogonal is kind of like a upgrade. A little bit. I mean, Morpeko's cool.
Yeah, having a spinner is nice because none of it. He's got like Salamence and Mega Scizor that don't ever want to default.
That is better. Well, anyway, so new Jortson roster versus Banhara, who holds a very tight differential lead over the other 3-4 coaches. If Jortson takes a week off and doesn't bring real sets, this could spell doom for Zap and Matt, who need to get in based on Banhara. Zard versus Matt. Zard is in second place right now. So 4 out of 5. Same situation as above. Matt is a real danger is in real danger, I think, of missing playoffs. If he doesn't have a strong W, that means win.
I don't think he's ever missed playoffs.
And he needs to take down a performing Zard, who isn't really playing for much other than a chance to play spoiler. I think that, I know you joked about like beating Monkey Boy, just like when you beat Monkey Boy. I think that if there's anybody in this league that people would want to play spoiler to, I don't think there's a single person higher on that list than Overmat for most players in this league.
Exactly.
so if I would say 10 out of 10, yes, he wants to play spoiler to Matt. But yes, that's crazy. And you said it would be the first time missing playoffs. I'm sure it is. I feel like he's been at the top of every.
Yeah, pretty much.
Technically, it would be Zap's first time missing as well, but I think he's only played in one other season, which is season 1, where he went undefeated. So that would still be pretty good.
I think he played in another season and did like pretty badly. Kind of like Trace, where you just kind of like under the radar lose.
I don't remember him playing like in a losing season unless he was a backfill.
I don't think he ever did. You can keep going with that, and I will look up another.
Yeah. So next up is Azzy versus Zeb. And for that one, we have Azzy locks it in with a win, and can hold on at 4-4 if he keeps the differential down, which I think would be with a loss. And there aren't a lot of lopsided victories from the 3-4 crew. I'm going to reread that. Azzy locks with a win and can hold on at 4-4 if he keeps the differential down and there aren't a lot of lopsided victories from the 3-4 queue. I said Q again, but I said the rest of the sentence better that time. Zeb is eliminated, but as he likely needing a win to make this a 3-5. Makes this a 3-5. Zeb is First of all, Zeb is eliminated. That's what this says. But as he likely needing a win makes it 3-5 for the hype meter. Okay. Yeah. I was like, how does that turn any of these into a 3-5? Because Zeb winning makes him 3-5. I was so confused. Gensuzu versus Camel. Now this is 5 out of 5 because these two are both 3-4. I think this was the 1-3-4 matchup that's happening here. 5 out of 5. Spiciest match this week. Winner has a strong shot of making playoffs. Gensuzu is locked, and Camel's very likely if they win. But still has to compete with the likes of Bunhara, Matt, and Zap, who will be looking to pass Camel on differential. This scores a 5 because it's essentially a sudden death match with a very low chance of the loser surviving another day. So we have another death threat here. The loser of this match, not as guaranteed as Luki perishing, but very low chance of survival if they're eliminated. So not a good outlook for their health. Next up, Siderius versus Skyhops. It was a 1 out of 5. Will likely be a meme team versus Stall, so I can't give this match too much weight, but it may be funny to watch. Skyhops is technically alive, but needs a lot of help. 3% chance that we get to the differential tiebreaker being considered.
3%.
Which makes this actually, to go against Goater's rating, a 5 out of 5. I will be watching. I will not be watching. I'll probably miss
because
it.
There's, even though there's like, it's such a slim margin that I just really want to be there when it happens.
And you know it's going to be a fun game either way.
Yeah, I really want to see what Skyhops busts out for it.
Yeah. And so lastly, we have Pluto Shark versus Impulse, which is a 3 out of 5. Bith coaches need a win. Just so you know, Bith coaches need a win to make playoffs. But even doing that won't guarantee it. These coaches need to go in for a huge W, as a close game will likely eliminate both coaches. And that is all that was written for the All-Star Division.
Okay. So, I wonder, maybe, what if it gets to be like 4-4 in-game? And whoever is losing is just like, yo, do you want to make playoffs? Because you're kind of beating me. And if we war of attrition this, we both lose.
You go for your Pokemon stats.
True, actually, very true. You got to open those.
That's
boards.
actually something that we didn't look at was if any Mons are like leading kills or anything, to see if like that player would want to like keep farming kills, because that could matter for some of these matchups where they say that we have nothing to play for. That being said, in terms of Pokemon stats, personally, I think we should save that for next week to look at the stats. Just because we started.
I agree. When things are finalized, no point in speculating. Like, I mean, there's no
the very last
playoff speculation for those Pokemon. Like, it's just playoff speculation for the Week 7 coaches. So
yeah, cool.
Yeah, man.
So, any last thoughts on this before we mention the last thing?
Yeah, I mean, it's so. First of all, I did look back on when the last time Zap played was, and he played in Season 4 Hustle right before we had the All-Star split, and he went 3-5 and missed playoffs.
But was he playing from Week 1?
Yes.
Interesting.
Yep.
I didn't know that.
I also think. Let me check Season 5 All-Star.
That was just last season, right?
Yeah, Zeb was bottom 4 last season in All-Star, and he just missed.
Zeb had a better team last season, though, so that was more surprising.
Yes. He just barely missed being relegated last season because we didn't have a lot of returning All-Stars. So him and Monkey Boy were like, and Fennec actually, all missed their demotion, as in like they stayed in All-Star by like the skin of their teeth. But now it's kind of hard to defend this season, you know? Like, he just didn't have a good draft, and in my opinion, rather, and just.
Well, it wasn't even like an unfortunate draft. Like, it seems like it was just kind of like just not a good team. Like it wasn't
Yeah,
like,
and I mean,
oh, he didn't get the pieces he wanted. It's like it looks like he got what he wanted, and they just weren't good.
yeah. But listen, honestly, there's only so far I think that running Terra Zebstrika every season can really.
I
And
don't
I
think
mean,
that's the problem though,
maybe Terra Zeb is just at the end of your line. No, I agree.
because I think you
You
can
are
bring
missing
Terra
on a
hands
big
to literally
opportunity
every game.
cost. Yeah, but you are missing on an opportunity cost. Now,
But yeah,
I know that he
at least in
brings
team
it and
builder.
tries to actually like use it and actually believes in it.
Yeah.
And that's different than just running like Terra Squirtle or whatever. But I don't know. Maybe it's just the end of the top division line for Zeb. We'll have to see. It's hard to again count people out because it does depend a lot on how many returning players we have in the division.
Yeah. And also how
And he also
well
hasn't-
the lower players do.
Yeah,
if
but
they're,
he
like,
also
really
hasn't
worth
lost
promoting.
yet. Technically, like he's not at the bottom. He's at the bottom right now, but he's not like at the bottom
Yeah, he still has one more game.
of the final standings. So, yeah, you rather than playing for your playoff life, you might just be playing for your star life. You know, so
Which
now's
is
the
still
time to
better
figure out-
than Luki and potentially Gensuzu or Camel, who are actually playing for their real life lives.
Yeah, it's true. They're real lives.
Yeah.
It's true.
So lastly,
yeah.
did you get a chance to make the changes you need to make?
I didn't make any changes because I don't have edit access to it.
Oh. Look out for an announcement later.
No.
this
No.
week.
The
Oh, is
changes
it
are
ready?
made. Okay, Stormtide.
Okay.
Stormtide did this. Yes. I will post right now in the chat. Right now in the chat. I forgot about this. Hold on. I was not prepared. Okay, I'm posting right now in the chat a Google form.
You could view a preview.
Go
I
and
wonder
fill
how
out the
zoomed
Google
in it'll
form.
be. Oh, it's all the way to the side. You can see half of
NBA
it.
Season 6 off season. It's a poll, so whichever you we have a whole bunch of options, and we'll do it just like we did last time. I guess we can go over some of the options here. We have. I know we didn't make up graphic last time, and I don't know. Honestly, this was kind of sprung on me, and I didn't really. I don't know.
It's fine. A lot of them are like the same ones from last season anyway. Or from the last poll anyway.
Yeah, a lot of them are the same. Once again, we have the Smeargle Cup, the Slowbro Cup, the Togepi Cup, and the Grookey Cup. But we have a couple new additions, including the Sudowoodo Cup, the Celebi Cup, and the Kecleon Cup. So go and read up on some of those, see what you want. The Battle Factory draft, I think, would be really interesting. I believe they're like past drafts, or maybe that's the flashback draft. I don't remember. But Battle Factory draft seems interesting to me. The past generation draft, I think every week you're in a new generation, which is pretty fun. And my own personal custom format that I've been dying to have people play, the Grookey Cup, where you pick it, where you your draft phase is between every match. So right before your match, you will have like a 1v1 draft off, where you'll like each player will ban a couple Pokemon, and then you'll make a couple picks, ban some more Pokemon, and try and counter pick each other, try and snipe each other with bans. Draft like maybe 8 or 9 Pokemon, and then go into a 6v6 battle.
This Kecleon,
between every game, you would have a new pick ban phase against your new opponent. Is Kecleon what, sorry?
No, sorry.
Kecleon is monotype.
Yeah, but I'm just reading the rules. I was literally like reading it while you're explaining that, so sorry, I just like blur that out. So you can't use the same mons in back-to-back week. I feel like this would just make it so that everybody runs the same types, because there's some types where it's like, oh, you brought your one ground type that this type has, right? And you can't use it again. Like, and then that type is just dead in the water, basically. Whereas like steel type will be like, oh, if there's no penalty to like just choosing the best type, everyone's gonna run the best type.
Yeah, maybe.
So I wonder if this
rules are subject to change.
Yeah.
Maybe that was just a little bit overcooked and didn't have too much foresight. But yeah, this was graciously put together by Stormtide, and we'll be working with him once again on a great off season. So let us know what you would be interested in, if any at all, and yeah, we will let you guys know how the poll does and get back to you by the end of playoffs about what the off season will be. And just like last time, I hope to get off season rolling maybe even a week or two after the end of playoffs. So there's not too much layover. We can just get right back into battling. And if you don't want to play, it's all good. You can take a break between seasons. I know that not everybody likes playing like jokey kind of for fun formats and would rather be playing for the title. So you can take a rest, charge yourself up before the next serious season, and then yeah. Obviously, I would want you to play though. It would be great. It'll be fun. Do it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Right, otherwise, we will be posting this later, but I think I can hear him walking like towards me. I think it kind of sounds like my dad walking up the stairs to yell at me in my room. Oh my God! It's the metal bar that my dad is bringing to beat me with. Wait, it's not my dad. It's actually Mario. Is he coming to call me?